If you've been on the internet for long enough, which I'm sure a lot of you have, then you're probably aware of my boy Marski. He's one of the best NFL and college football content creators out there. But what if I told you that he went to the University of Buffalo, one of the most underrated college football programs in the entire country? And he gives me the full inspiration to take over his Bulls and turn them into national champions. I have less than 10 seasons to do so, but our side quest is a challenges list that I have to complete by the end of this rebuild. And if I can't do every single one of these challenges by the end of this rebuild, I have to give away one free copy of College Football 27 to a lucky subscriber. So if y'all want your chance at the giveaway, all you gotta do is drop a comment down below and be subscribed to the channel. But personally, I want to make my boy Marr proud. So if you're excited for this rebuild, among many others, as part of a series where I'm rebuilding your favorite teams until CFB27 drops, make sure to hit that like button down below, smash the subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications to make sure you guys don't miss out. And while you're at it, go do my boy Marr a favor and click that subscribe button on both his live channel and his gaming channel, as it would help him out an absolute ton. And I'm willing to make this announcement now. This will be my final rebuild of College Football 26, as CFB27 is dropping soon. So make sure you keep on dropping them teams down below so I can rebuild your teams in the new game. But with that being said, let's get started and win the Bulls a natty. What it do, everybody? We out here with another rebuild. Today, we're doing the Buffalo Bulls in honor of my boy Marski. So, Marr, if y'all didn't know, went to the University of Buffalo, his alma mater. He even recorded himself going to a game against Troy to check out the Bulls competition, and it was pretty decent in 2025, but the problem is they went 5-7. So I'm about to turn his team around and make them into champions. Now, I'll explain the side quest in just a minute. As you see here, we are two-time Xbox Bowl champions in the past 6 years, and we are two-time Veterans Bowl champions in the past 6 seasons. So, we have a 5-year contract to win 7 games, which is something we're not going to do in the first year, but guess what? We are about to do it in future years to come. We have a lot of time to do so. So let's sign the damn papers and get into the situation, shall we? Y'all seem to like the fact that I go right into 2026 and start the rebuild there in the transfer portal. So that's exactly what I'm going to do for future rebuilds. Now, our offensive coordinator is an elite recruiter, which means that we get buffed recruiting hours towards our offensive players, which is something that I would rather have. And our defensive coordinator is a scheme guru, which is something I also really love, because as long as he doesn't get fired, we can see the extra XP each and every single time that we win a game. Our side quest is no user-suggested thing. It is actually a list of challenges that I hope to accomplish before I win the national championship, which has always been the main goal. Our challenges list includes signing the #1 recruit in the state of New York. We also have to have a top 15 recruiting class in the nation at some point during the rebuild. That includes regular recruits and that includes transfers. So now we're going to see the schedule in 2025 for Buffalo, as they lost to Minnesota. They beat St. Francis, which is the FCS school. They beat Kent State. They lost to Troy, which was the game that Marski went to. They lost to UConn. They beat Eastern Michigan in overtime. They beat UMass. They lost to Akron. They beat Bowling Green. They lost to Central Michigan. They lost to Miami of Ohio. And they lost to the Ohio Bobcats. So that's our 5-7 record we got to deal with for the 2025 season. With that being said, let's take a look at the team and figure out who is leaving. Our quarterback situation, we have Taquan Roberson and Gunnar Gray leaving as seniors. But Jason Wright is a normal development QB as a freshman, and his deal breaker is pro potential. So his pro potential could be a little bit up there, but he is a dual threat quarterback, so we could develop him a lot if we don't get somebody to fill the shoes needed, because we are going to need 2 quarterbacks, maybe even more than that. But our running back situation, as Aljay Henderson is going to leave, leaving Lamar Sperling transferring on to brand exposure. Same goes for Terrence Shelton. Same goes for Messiah Birch, which leaves James McNeil as a freshman as a backup. But Aljay Henderson at 87 overall. That was one of the many bright spots on this team. And then wide receivers, we have Victor Snow leaving. We have Nick McMillan leaving, the championship contender. Josiah Gathings leaving to coach prestige. Chance Morrow leaving to playing style. Patrick Clax III leaving to championship contender. And, we have basically our entire receiving room leaving to whatever deal breaker they have. We have to really stack up our wide receiver room to bring in as young studs. Now, tight ends is not that much of a concern because we have 3 seniors leaving, but the next one behind him, Ryan Daly, is a junior redshirt who's a physical route runner as a 71 overall. So we could really develop him for one more year until we get another tight end to back him up. And then we have Mitch Viviano going forward. So really, I do like to look forward to the offensive side of the ball. But with our highest overall player, Red Murdoch, at a 95 overall, leaving to the NFL draft. And of course, followed by Aljay Henderson, Nick McMillan, Victor Snow, Deion Crawford as a will linebacker. He'll be probably here for more. Nope, he will not be. Brand exposure. Everybody wants brand exposure and everybody wants playing style. Basically, our entire team is either going to be graduating or transferring. So we are going to have to fill some holes that are ever so desperately needed. And a lot of the seniors have a lot of the deal breakers anyway. So watch me work my magic here as I reset this team. Alright, so I just did the 25 season. And Indiana won the national championship here by 1 point. So the champs stay out they are like in real life. Fernando Mendoza. But Trinidad Chambliss ended up winning the Heisman Trophy. As you can see right here. Trinidad Chambliss, who will eventually go into the NFL. If you look at his stat total, 4,353 passing yards, 33 touchdowns to 4 picks, and a 67% completion rate. Pretty impressive stuff for the QB out of Ole Miss. But as you see, I was able to get my recruiting tree up to tier 3 on everything. Now, what we could do is we could possibly sway increase on defensive linemen, and we're going to keep our kicker and punter at 1 apiece. Let us go to the players leaving and try and convince the persuasions here, because I'm pretty sure that there's, like I said in the intro, there's going to be a lot of guys leaving. So we are going to need to go and get some guys here. Yeah, we have a full board of transfers leaving us right now. And a lot of seniors leaving the graduation, which is very, very tough. And then we have Red Murdoch going in round 2 of the NFL drafts projected, so we're going to lose him to the draft. So we are a team right now that has lost basically their entire roster. And if we can't land any sort of commits, we're going to be in serious trouble. So for a half-star school that went 5-7 out of the MAC conference, it is going to be very difficult. But we're going to pull through it. As you can see, Red Murdoch went in the 2nd round of the NFL draft. So we got to make Marski proud here. This is his alma mater, and Stephen Holiday is complaining about coach prestige. And if we have to, we will lower the sell rates, because if you look at LaRock, he is far in front of South Florida. If you look at Gash, he's very comfortable. If you look at Doss, he's very comfortable. So if we lock in, you know what? If we lock in these 2 guys, we'll get some more hours back. And then he's in his top 5. So if we have to, we'll lower the sell on him. And then Larry Lowe actually needs some hours here, so we'll do the soft on him, because Texas State is starting to pull up. You know what? Let's get Dwayne Ferrier to commit too, because why the hell not? Now the transfer portal comes. One guy on my board that I've always looked for in every single one of my rebuilds thus far is a kid by the name of Quincy Porter out of Ohio State. So let's try and get him on. Let's see if he's on here. And it looks like he's not going to be on here for this rebuild. Once again, he's not going to be on here. But guys like Kane Udo and Jordan Thomas are going to be on the board here. So yeah, we can get Kane Udo and we can get Jordan Thomas. And we can't even get... it sucks because we can't even get AJ Surratt on our roster. And we can't even... I mean, we could get Tyreek Hill, but he's a running back we don't even need anymore. But we could get Libby Kama from Rutgers. So we are going to need a quarterback. Who is the top quarterback that we could possibly go after? Oh, Alberto Mendoza. We've used him in the Kansas rebuild. And let's just say he was kind of a problem for us. Okay, Nick Evers is not there. Devin Dampier from Utah can't be considered. Cade Fox is on here. AJ Brand we can't even pursue. Damn it. But Treston McMillan's there too from Washington. And Malachi Nelson's not there either. It sucks that we can't go for a lot of guys here because of deal breakers. So the options that we have are very, very limited in this rebuild, and it is going to be tough. Damn it. Well, we're going to have to rely on tandem guys. So let's get Treston McMillan, because why not? And hold on, I want to see if Lincoln Cure's on this board. Oh, he would have been, but the deal breaker. God damn, deal breakers, man. All right, so we gotta hope to get him in 27 if he doesn't get picked up. And even though we already do have 2 tight ends on our board. Oh yeah, Kamari Smith. We can also get Khalil Witherspoon, Meyer Swinney, Carson Tabaraki. Kane Udo is gonna have to be our running back, and then Jordan Thomas is gonna have to be our DT. Then we have 2 quarterbacks with Alberto Mendoza and Treston McMillan. And then we have Kamari Smith. See, Kane Udo. We're gonna make him a favorite, and then we're gonna make Alberto Mendoza a favorite. Then we're gonna make Jordan Thomas a favorite. I mean, you can only go after so many guys right now, because once we're gonna have to get the high school commits in order to really do anything. Because even though we did get the number 4 ranked recruit out of the state of New York, which is a part of our challenges list, but we want to get the number 1 guy ASAP during this rebuild. And we also got Will linebacker Shakir Gastineau, who was a 3-star gem. We also got Alec Gore. We also got Juan Sizemore. We got a 3-star gem at fullback, who's a utility guy. And then we got a 3-star gem at right tackle, close to committing as well. So we have to get anybody and everybody as possible. So we have, and right now, 16 total out of 35. And then once we get some high school guys to commit, we're freeing up our board for some transfers. Okay, we got the recruits. So we got Dwayne Ferrier, and that was the only one so far. Mendoza's 5th, Udo's 5th, Thomas is 3rd. We do have 135 left. So we gotta hope Kevin Gash commits. We gotta hope that Marquise Doss eventually stays. You know what? He's very comfortable. Let's take the hours off of Marquise Doss, because we have to. And then we gotta hope for Kevin Gash to commit. We got Dwayne Ferrier to commit, and Kenneth Sauce jumping up on Alberto Mendoza, so we're gonna have to send a house on him to raise his interest. And then Boston College and everybody else is jumping up on Kane Udo, so we're gonna have to send a house to try and raise his interest. And then Jordan Thomas is in 3rd behind Delaware and Vanderbilt, so we're gonna have to send a house on them to maintain their interest. And then what we can do from here is give them the 15 here, and then Kamari Smith is first interested now. And he's the only one, so we can do friends and family to save some hours. Now we can go after some more guys now here in week 2. So let's see if we can get us a bunch of offensive linemen. Let's get us a tackle. Okay, Peyton Kirkland and 1,006 downs played with 8 sacks. Convincing enough here. 13 games started, only 4 sacks allowed as a junior. Okay, so you know what? We can get Peyton Kirkland at left tackle. We can get Tyler Lawrence at right tackle. Okay, BJ Tolo from New Mexico State we can try and go after at right guard. And at left guard we have Kaleem Crosswell, which both of them have no offers from what it seems like. Perfect, no offers. Okay, so we can offer them both. And then we are going to need corners. Let's get us a corner. Oh yeah, Charles Lester. Let's see if he has any offers on the table though. No, he doesn't. Perfect! We can get Charles Lester. And then Cedric Beavers from Ole Miss as a junior, but he has no offers, so we could get him as a source of leadership in that DB room, quite possibly. Or Caleb Chester, who's a bump and run as a freshman with no offers. And then we're going to need a strong safety. Okay, Christian Pritchett's on the board from Georgia Tech. We can get him as a sophomore. Let's get Sean Martin as a freshman. Actually, no, that's a 2-star. Never mind. We want 3 stars. So let's get Jaden Davis, and then a free safety. Let's hope Micah Strickland's there, please. No, he's not there. Okay, so we're gonna have to live with our 4-star commit, and then somebody else. Okay, we could get Byron Baldwin from Indiana, who's a freshman. We're putting all of our chips on the table here, guys. It's filling out offers, and we just gotta keep putting them on as they come, because we looked for guys that have no offers out of the transfer portal, so that way we can put together our favorites list as soon as possible. So let's get Christian Pritchett, let's get Charles Lester as a favorite, let's get BJ Tolo, and let's get Peyton Kirkland. We just got all that by week 3 or 4 that we get our high school recruits committed ASAP. So we gotta hope that Kevin Gash commits. We gotta hope that none of our transfers bow out. Okay, we did in fact get Kevin Gash. Perfect. And another one. We got Larry Lowe, Okay, so 2 high school commits off rip, and then Mendoza hit his top 5, Udo hit his top 5, and Thomas hit his top 5. So we got 115 hours to use. Okay, so we got Kevin Gash, one of our gems, and then we have Larry Lowe at linebacker. Okay, so we gotta keep him in first place. Okay, Mendoza hit his top 5. Board looking like here. Okay, so playing style, playing time. Okay, so we know what it is. Okay, so let's schedule week 3 with Alberto Mendoza. And then Kane Udo does not have a compliment, so we're going to have to hold off. And then we have Jordan Thomas. Let's get him on for week 4. We don't know what it is yet, so we got to hold off. But we do know what Kane Udo's is from what it looks like. So playing time. So it could be primetime player or it could be football influencer. But I do believe it is going to be football influencer for Kane Udo. Okay, McMillan's starting to get comfortable, so we can take off the friends and family off of him. And then he was in first. Okay, so let's start. Okay, Pritchett is behind Hawaii, but we are the only school that offered him. But with us being the only school that offered him, we should be alright. And then BJ Tolo, we need to get friends and family on. So his interest will rise. And then we gotta hope that LaRoque eventually commits. Okay, Kamari Smith is getting jumped on by Jacksonville State, so we're gonna have to get something here. And then we have Jordan Thomas scheduled and booked and sold. No, not yet sold, though. Okay, you know what? LaRoque is comfortable, so we can take the hours off and give them to Kamari Smith. And then eventually we got to look for first interested defensive recruits. For any first interested backup transfers that we could fill and plug some holes with. Okay, so everything but first and seconds across the board going into week 4. Okay, who is taking over playing time for us? Who else do we have at running back? Well, at least Peyton Kirkland can be scheduled. Okay, no, he can't because Mendoza's meeting was there. Damn it. Okay, at least the clutch was right, but we need to get a sell on Peyton Kirkland because it's not showing any of the interests that he has. Conference prestige, so it's gotta be status seeker, right? Yeah, it can't be conference legend, can't be Sunday player, so it's gotta be a status seeker. Okay, we jumped up on Delaware. And plus, we have to visit influence, so we can take the hours off and just do a soft with Jordan Thomas. So we know it's going to be campus lifestyle. And then Mendoza, we got to keep the hours on hand for him because Memphis is going to jump. And we got to hopefully jump up on Kennesaw. But the visit with Memphis is going to jump up. I hope he doesn't get any compliments. But freaking playing time. Why are we getting deal breaker on for Kane Udo? So we're not going to have a running back? What other running back do we have? Is it an athlete? Yeah, it's a freaking athlete. Of course it is. Of course it's an athlete. That's going to take all the playing time. At least Talibi Kaba is perfectly fine for a visit, so we can get him on for playing style. And I'm willing to believe that it is gamer because of the alignment. Yeah, it's got to be gamer. Okay, yeah, we're fine now on Kamari Smith, hopefully, so we can keep the hours on him, though. And then McMillan, we can drop the hours on, as he is comfortable. Okay, Pritchett's comfortable. And we're the only team that offered, so we're good. Tolo and Cal. Lesser and Michigan State are fighting. Okay, Nebraska, we gotta jump up on Kirkland to get him off on Nebraska's board. We're fine on Thomas. Oh, yeah, we haven't gotten a kicker, so we gotta get a kicker. Obviously, we gotta get one that has no offers, so we gotta look for a transfer kicker. Jaden O as well, so let's see. Who has no offers? Okay, pretty much none of the kickers have any offers, so we gotta hope that we can get a 2-star kicker. Okay, so Sean O'Hare and Connor Hawkins. 14 to 16, or do we get 18 to 20? Okay, so 51 being his career long. This guy's a freshman. This guy also is a freshman. We can't get Sean O'Hare. Oh, yeah, and we're going to need a center. So we got to get a center. Okay, I think Cash Hudson's the only one that we should go after. We can get Jawan Campbell at DT. Try and get another guard on him. We can get Ethan Spoth as a junior from... Or we can get Gavin Dabo, who's a sophomore. Or we can get Caden Sweat from... Appalachian State. Yeah, let's try and get him. He's got no offers on the table. And we are going to need a backup running back. We can't get Cade Udo because of the deal breaker, but we can try and get... Oh! Jay Sean Benjamin! He's got no offers on the table. I completely forgot about him. We can get Jay Sean Benjamin from the Kansas rebuild. So let's offer everybody. Yeah, we are in a lot of trouble. If we don't get this, I don't know what the situation's gonna be. We gotta hope that Mendoza commits. We gotta hope that... I know Treston McMillan's gonna commit as a freshman. Gotta hope that Mendoza commits to provide leadership. We gotta hope that pretty much everybody on our transfer board commits at this point, because we tried to go after guys that have 0 offers on the table, like Ja'Sean Benjamin. And then we have Caden Sweat, who has nothing. Johnson has nothing. We pretty much got everybody who had nothing going on for them. But Sean O'Hara was 5th interested, and we offered him. Myron Baldwin, he had no offers, so no other offers beside us, so we're going to have to take him, hopefully. Jaden Davis had no offers. Caleb Chester had none. But Buffalo with Colleen Crosswell is 4th interested now. We're the only team that offered him. And then Tyler Lawrence in Nebraska, us and them are still fighting. And then Kamari Smith did jump up on Jacksonville State, so we gotta hope that we're gonna land him at first interested. So you know what? Let's actually increase the amount of hours on Tyler Lawrence and try and secure him. And then Talibi Kaba and Boston College are fighting out, but we do have to visit hours. So you know what? Let's lower the sell. So yeah, the only guy we really hope to get out of all this here is Ja'Sean Benjamin, because we are gonna need a second running back to fill out in case Alec Gore doesn't fill anything out here. So that's it for the transfer portal. I really don't feel like that we did as good as we hoped, but we gotta hope that we can make good use out of everybody that we picked up here. So let's see who we ended up getting here. Okay, so we did get Doss. So first is the high school recruits. We did get Stephon Holiday. He's going to be our tight end. We got Drew Lorak. We did get Charles Lester. So it's probably going to be Treston McMillan, who's going to be our starting quarterback. We did get Sean O'Hara, kicker, because our punter's fine. We did get Ja'Sean Benjamin. Let's go, baby. We got Ja'Sean Benjamin. We got Jordan Thomas. Absolutely perfect. We got Kaba. Who did we also get? I was going to say we did get Treston McMillan. So he's going to be our starting quarterback. And we also got Kamari Smith. We got Colleen Crosswell. We also got Caleb Chester. So he's going to be one of our corners. Jaden Davis at strong safety. We got Byron Baldwin. That's huge. Okay, but we did lose BJ Tolo. We lost Tyler Lawrence. And it sucks that Alberto Mendoza ended up choosing Memphis over us. And we had Jawan Campbell, but we lost him to Florida Atlantic. But, I mean, good news is we did get the majority of all of our guys here. So we lost Mendoza. We lost to Kirkland to Nebraska. We lost Tolo. But we got everybody else. Yeah, we lost Lawrence to Nebraska. Oh, yeah, all of these guys here who were undecided. So we gotta hope that they get on board. That's very interesting. I haven't seen that in quite a bit doing a rebuild. We gotta hope that they decide their spot here. So Ja'Sean Benjamin is gonna be our highest rated player at an 80 overall. Then we got Jordan Thomas at a 78. So our starting quarterback is gonna be Treston McMillan as a redshirt freshman. He's gonna be similar to an AJ Brand type as a pure runner, with 86 speed, 89 excel, 87 agility, 89 throw power is pretty convincing, 77 short, 75 middle, 78 deep. That's honestly a guy that I would really want there. Throw under pressure is lower, but 83 break sack as a pure runner, that's honestly quite something. But I do like that 86 speed. At running back is going to be Ja'Sean Benjamin until we pick somebody up. Wait, Benjamin. Okay, McMillan does have impact. That's smart. And then wide receivers is going to be possibly our weakest room that we possibly could ever start with. So our running back and our tight end is going to have to be our true weapon. Ryan Daly and Kamari Smith. Everybody's going to have to be real good weapons here. But Kamari Smith having 84 speed as a vertical threat and 73 catching. But Juan Sizemore with 81 speed, 88 excel as a vertical threat, 79 catching. That's honestly a certain stat that we gotta follow here. Okay, yep, Jaden Davis did increase his development trait. Let's check the training results and figure things out. Okay, so Jordan Thomas did in fact go up to an 81. And then Oliver Bridges at corner went up to an 80. Went up 5 overalls. Charles Lester went up 6 overalls. Okay, pretty interesting stuff to see. And then Ja'Sean Benjamin really didn't develop all that much except his change of direction, his strength, in his ball carry vision. So he's got some increased stats going for him. He also increased his stiff arm, he increased his trucking. Who's going to be his starting quarterback? It is going to be Treston McMillan with 87 speed, 91 excel. Pretty good stats, I'm not going to lie. And then we have at running back, of course, Ja'Shawn Benjamin. And then wide receivers, we have Dwayne Early Jr. at a 72. We have Jeremy Yancey at a 70. We have Shea Williams at a 69, excuse me. Jeremiah Wilkins at a 68. And then tight end, we have Ryan Daly and Kamari Smith, both at a 73. So we did upgrade our coaching skills. We did unlock a new tree. So let's encourage transfers and get into custom conferences. So I want to let everybody know here that we have a list of challenges technically to follow as our side quest. So all we really have to do is recruit the #1 guy from the state of New York at some point during this rebuild, which is definitely not going to be this season, but down the line we are going to have to. And then we are going to have to, at some point, obviously win the conference championship, and we are also going to have to, obviously, win the national championship. So out of Conference USA, it will be Louisiana Tech to the Sun Belt, and then UTEP to the Mountain West, and then Northern Illinois leaves the MAC, which is where we are, and they go to the Mountain West. Okay, we're now a 74 overall still, coming out of the MAC conference, but let's see our 2026 schedule. We got two FCS opponents. We got two FCS opponents with Albany and Robert Morris. And then with our conference games, we have Western Michigan, we have Toledo. No, we do not have Toledo. Bowling Green we do have. Miami of Ohio we do have. Ball State we do not have. Central Michigan we do not have. Akron we don't have. Okay, so our conference games are out of whack here. We are going to have to get some top 25 teams on here that we're going to want to play and fill out our board here, because FIU is on our schedule. We have two FCS games. Then we are going to need to... Okay, oh yeah, never mind. We do have Akron. Never mind. We do have Akron, but we do not have Ball State. We don't have Central Michigan. We don't have Toledo, but we do have UMass. Bro, what the... We can't get any other games on here. That's kind of screwed up, I'm not going to lie. So we're just going to have to ride with the schedule how it is then, because that 2026 schedule is looking pretty out of whack. So we're going to have to play Penn State, and then we're going to have to choose which games that we're going to have to go out of the table with. So let's offer up and put all of our chips on the table for all these 3 stars here. And as long as we can start winning games, and as long as... You know what? We're going to hope that we play perfect, and we're going to hope that we can beat Penn State in week 0, because Penn State would be such a huge victory for us. Yep, it says we gotta play at Happy Valley. So we're basically paying them for us to get our ass whooped here. Perks to being a elite recruiter for an offensive coordinator, we can recruit offensive guys very quickly. Are you serious, Cliff Douglas? We don't need any bosses right now. We have enough room to scout 1 or 2 more guys here. So you know what, let's scout. Let's go ahead and scout the right edge. And let's scout one of our defensive tackles partially. And then let's bow out. Yep, and yep, we're playing at Happy Valley. Which is gonna be hard as anything. Okay, we actually did get a gem in LaMelo Sapp at defensive tackle. Oh yeah, and we gotta go for the #1 ranked recruit in the state of New York. So we're gonna go ahead and search up. Okay, the #1 player has a deal breaker, but we can get... Okay, Jonathan Fries has 6 offers. Unreal, guys. So we're going to have to try and chase him. And he is open right now, so we're going to have to try and chase him and see if we can try and put all of our chips on the table here. So you know what? Let's actually send a house on this guy to show him that we can compete for him. Okay, UMass did offer Leonti Gupta. Temple offered Matthew Moe. Jake McLeod was offered by Wake Forest. And then Mitchell Kozlowski was offered by everybody. So you know what? We already have 2 running backs on our board. So you know what? Let's actually filter out any duplicate positions. So this guy's also a dual threat in case Jonathan Fries doesn't work. Yeah, and we're basically putting all of our chips on the table as we're gonna get into Penn State, which is our first game of the season. And an upset here would be absolutely killer, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. So we're gonna have to check out our uniform combinations while we're here. So for Buffalo, we're rocking the all whites for the aways, and then these black alternates look very, very sick. And then these are the away options with the black pants and the black helmet. The second alternates are the gray looks, which are honestly quite fire. And then we have the all white. And we have the alternate option with the black ball helmets. Those are really cool. The away alternates, they have the blue pants. And then the second alternate options have the yellow helmets and the gray uniforms. And then these are our home looks, the all blues. But meantime, let's go with the, you know what? Let's go with the away options that have the all whites. You know what? Nah, let's not do that. Let's actually go with the, away options with the black and everything else so we can differentiate against Penn State. But meantime, let's test our guts here. Let's see if we can beat Penn State, guys. This is going to be difficult. All right, we're back here at Happy Valley once again in a rainy-ass day, as this will be our opening game for our Buffalo rebuild against Penn State. And they ended up scoring a touchdown on their first drive, so we're going to have to test our offense, and we're going to see how we do. It is going to be very difficult with Treston McMillan, but we do have Jay-Sean Benjamin leading the way. So we got to hope that we can get an open field block for Jay-Sean Benjamin. Great first carry from scrimmage. So since the stadium pulse here is going to be intense, we're going to have to rely on the run game an awful lot if we want to win this game, as we just got back to the line. Now, I know Ryan Daly has that in route, but at least Treston McMillan is a pure runner, and he's going to have some blocks up front for a first down. We got to show Penn State that we can drive down the field and actually put up some points, as Benjamin gets the carry here for 2nd and 3. Yep, that backer was just sitting pretty, waiting for Benjamin, as Heininger, come on. No, I know Daly's going to have the in route. I know that for a fact. Okay, that's a play action. And he's got to keep in pass protection, as McMillan gets up to 7 yards there. Now, as long as we run the football real smartly and just don't fumble, I think we'll be fine. Okay, that's a nice pancake block by 59. Way to put it on, Arena. Let's go. I know that Yancey's going to have that in route, and he's going to be beast. We got to see if he can get open here. That's Yancey! Our first completion of the day has us a first down. Okay, that was actually a pretty sick read there. I memorized the play and I was able to pull it out there. But hopefully we can get in here on 1st and goal. Okay, so it's now 2nd and goal. But if we can get the play off here. Okay, Benjamin really just got stuck behind his line. Alright, 3rd down and goal. We gotta hope that one of the slants gets open. Hopefully it's gonna be Williams! He got it for a touchdown! Great catch by Williams! And that's the first score of our Buffalo rebuild. So let's see what Penn State does, and they do kick a field goal. Alright, going back to running the football, I guess, because our wide receiver had to be way too slow to get past that corner and press coverage. Okay, so, break a tackle, Jay-Sean. Okay, I see you. It's already got 46 rushing yards. Okay, so the pulse is starting to get quiet, so we can operate our offense now. Okay, yep. Step up. Take off, McMillan. Slide. Easy first down in the 2-minute warning. Trust me, if we can put up an upset against Penn State, that would absolutely be massive. Okay, tight end's gonna be open. That's Ryan Daly. Oh, come on. What is with the holding calls now? I swear, every time we get a good playoff, someone has to ruin it. It happens in every single dynasty up to this point. Okay, he dropped back, which means we can take off of McMillan. Just don't fumble. We do have all 3 timeouts, so we can use them sparingly. Yep. Jay-Sean Benjamin on the Texas route. That's a great first down pickup. We still got plenty of time to work with here with 1:30 left in the 2nd quarter. Yep, that's Williams. That's that same guy I hit that slant on. First down. Okay, his name is Shea Williams. Okay, way to remember it. Number 28 is Shea Williams. That's a good way to remember it. Okay, we can hit Kamari Smith here. That's our new tight end pickup. Okay, the pulse is starting to pick back up, but I do know for a fact that Benjamin has the Texas route. Which we're going to hit him right there. Great catch by Benjamin. He's got 1st and goal, and they're going to use a timeout. All right, I know we're going to have a handoff here for Benjamin. We just got to hope it's not plugged up. And it is not! Jay-Sean Benjamin uses his power, and we're up 14-10. And we're going to get the ball back with 38 to go, but we're at the 48. So we only have 1 timeout. Okay, Shea Williams it is. Oh, but we got tackled. You know what? We're going to have to use it. I didn't want to have to use it, but we had to use it. We didn't want much clock to run out, even though we do have a 4-point lead. Okay, you know what? Let's take off. At least get the first down pickup. Just don't fumble. Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? Let's spike it. Spike it real quick. So, we do throw an incompletion. You know what? Yeah, let's get to the sideline if we can. No. Spike it. Come on. Get back to the line. We gotta spike it. Get back to the line. Get back to the line, man. Come on. What are you doing? Oh, but we did it with 0 seconds on the clock. Oh, God, that sucks. Nobody can get back to the line in time, so we're gonna hopefully get the ball back to start the second half. And we do. Perfect. And we're gonna reset our offensive tempo against Penn State, because an upset here would absolutely be massive for our stock. Okay. Oh, way to break off your tackles, Jay Sean. Let's go. He's only got 55 rushing yards, but it's him and McMillan picking up a lot of the rushing bulk here. Okay, we got a double team, and we got the first down. And ultimately, we've been killing the time of possession here. So you know what? Let's actually... Okay, yeah, we can't with the stadium pulse. We just got to run it. Okay, way to pick up an outside block. Oh, okay, we got 3rd and 1, though. Okay, they're showing 6 down linemen. We just need to hope that we can get a hole filled here. No, wait, outside! Let's go! First down for Jay Shaw. Okay, never mind, he's hurt. Okay, now we got this guy Birch in at running back, which really sucks because we are using a 66 overall running back. And I don't know what Jay Sean Benjamin's element is, but we're going to have to shift to the pass game and hope to not force any turnovers. Okay, that's Shea Williams. Right over the top. Get a block for your tight end. First down. Okay, bruised elbow. Okay, so, you know what? Let's actually just work on the pass game. Get our tight ends involved a lot more. If Daly is not going to be open, it's going to be Yancey or it's going to be Smith. Okay, it's probably going to be Yancey. Yep. We just got to hope that we can wait for Jay Sean Benjamin that comes back. Okay, so they have Steve Angeli at quarterback. We used him for the UConn rebuild. Okay, fake the handoff. You know what? We can run it with Treston McMillan. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? We can actually run the football with McMillan still. And we also have Kamari Smith. He's got to hope that Messiah Birch has a block ahead of him, though. Okay. Yep, Messiah Birch, get over! Oh, he's at the 1-yard line. Can we go goal line, and can we run sneak with Treston McMillan? Okay, we actually could. He doesn't get dropped. Okay, perfect. That's a touchdown for Treston McMillan. And Buffalo is ahead 21-10 as we're going to get the football back. But we're backed up at the 9-yard line. So we got to hope that Benjamin's okay. And he is. And you know what? I've noticed 20 first downs of ours compared to their 7. And that is honestly something. Okay, Messiah Birch did come in as a running back now. Okay. Yep. That's going to be McCurry Smith. Wide open. Get a block. Oh, we actually cut out 2 defenders. Okay. I don't know why I said his name in reverse. Like, I just got so excited there for some reason. Okay, Messiah Birch does have a block, and he's got 2nd down. Okay, so you know what? We could potentially just hit any one of these 2 receivers out in coverage. So let's see. Let's do... Oh, okay. You know what? It's fine. We should have just ran the clock down anyway. We were up by 11 points going into the 4th, and I didn't want to risk anything. Okay, they changed up the defense a little bit. They gave themselves a timeout going into the 4th and trying to adjust this defense. And okay, we did get 3rd and 1 though. Okay, it's good that we changed it up. And we can't use the route adjuster because we have the stadium pulse going. But Treston McMillan, there's no problem. First down. Oh god. Oh god. All right. Yeah, just get rid of it. I can't adjust. There's 2 high safeties. So we're just gonna have to hope that Ryan Daly gets open. Okay, never mind. He was man covered. Okay. Ooh, what a move! What a move by Treston McMillan! Man, I've been starting to grow fond of a pure running quarterback because of his scramble ability. Like, that's insane. As we're gonna hopefully hit Ryan Daly right over the top for a first down. All right. Field goal's fine, I guess, but it's in the rain and there's no wind, so we gotta hope to push through the pulse. And we got it just inside the left upright. So we're up 14. And we're in the 4th quarter, and our defense is doing so good. Oh, that was actually a turnover. That was quite huge, if I'm being completely honest. And Messiah Birch, reach over, just don't fumble now. And we are going to be using their first timeout. Oh, yep, just cut back, and we didn't get anything there. Yeah, and the pulse is going to be livid, so we just got to pick up a first down here. We got to hope to do so. But we don't, because 24 was right there. All right, so since we got the turnover, we'll just settle with a field goal, because our kick is centered, so we got to hope that we don't shank it. And we don't. We got it right up the middle. So we'll take our points. Past the 2-minute warning, up 17. And they did get the touchdown, but they didn't get anything else. And we're going to go into Happy Valley and upset Penn State 27-17 for an amazing first victory. And that was an amazing victory. That would drop some serious stock in Penn State. And hopefully that'll convince all of our recruits that we had lined up to come on board after a week 0 victory. That is absolutely massive of a victory. And we already got 3 lockouts. And 2 of which were defensive guys, which is tough as bro. And we did get the interest of Jonathan Fries. We are a 6th offer. And we do have 150 hours, so we could give some out to all of our guys here, and then we'll use what's left to contribute friends and family onto our bigger needs, including Sam linebacker, including right edge, considering that we are in a big positional need right here. And then Jonathan Fries, our 4-star New York recruit, is still on top here. FCS East is up next. We have 2 of those games. This is the first one against Albany. So we gotta hope to beat Albany before we get into FIU. And then we gotta beat Robert Morris. Okay, Fries is now in 2nd, and Ben Levitt is in 1st. Yeah, we beat Albany. Because our defensive coordinator is a scheme guru, we can see who we beat, which is huge. And then Jonathan Fries did hit his top 8 with us in Syracuse. And then LaMelo Sapp were the only offer for him. And then we don't have any hours to use, but we did get some interest jumps though. Still in like top 10 and top 8 interest at some point. But we gotta keep the setting the house. This is the number 3 ranked recruit in the state of New York. But we gotta hope as one of our challenges throughout the rebuild, we have to recruit the number 1 guy. And obviously to win the conference championship, that's another one of our challenges. Okay, and there's nothing we can really do here. And you know what? Let's actually pick our games to go for. So we definitely have to beat Penn State. One of our games we did beat Penn State. We gotta pick the other 2. So we do have FIU who are 0-1. Bowling Green. We have Akron, Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Miami of Ohio, UMass, Western Michigan, and Kent State. So I figure we will play Bowling Green, and then depending on you know what? Yeah, let's actually have one of our games. We'll play Eastern Michigan, and then we will go ahead and play the higher overall of whatever team that we have coming up is. So let's check the overall matchup for FIU. And yeah, that honestly should be an easy win at Pitbull Stadium. So yeah, we'll sim ahead past FIU, and then we'll have one of our games be against that we're playing Eastern Michigan. Absolutely. We lost to FIU. What in the world? How do we lose that? What's the final? Okay, 24-13. They clearly had home field advantage. Okay, Jay Sean Benjamin has a broken thumb, and then Dwayne Ferrier has a broken collarbone. So our defense was hindered very badly. Now we're going into Bowling Green on their turf. Guys, we are not getting bailed out at all. We just gotta hope for any and all wins here. We did get 15 hours back though. Okay, so let's put the extras towards our center, and then Jason Pope is in 1st, and we are comfortable, so we can take some hours off of him, and we're fine on everybody else's board from what it seems like, including Jonathan Fries. And we gotta hope for a win against Bowling Green, because we're definitely gonna play Eastern Michigan on our home turf, and we're probably gonna make that our blackout game. But we'll see. Okay, everybody's in 1st. Okay, we just gotta see the extra XP. Come on, please. We did it because we lost. What's the final? 27-17. So we could beat teams like Penn State, but we can't beat teams like FIU and Bowling Green in Sim. That is just disrespectful. Were there any other injuries besides those 2? No. Okay, so we gotta get Jay Sean Benjamin back, and that's literally the only way for us to do anything. And we got Robert Morris coming up. And we finally have our first visit in Ben Levitt at left tackle. Okay, we should be able to get Jay Sean Benjamin back for Eastern Michigan. So let's start stacking up that game. Okay, so conference prestige, coach prestige has got to be aspirational goals. We're keeping up the pace here for Jonathan Fries, who we absolutely have to book for that Eastern Michigan game. We got to hope that we get the win against FCS East again, which is going to be Robert Morris. And we already did all of our recruiting. We scheduled the visit. We got the sell. We just got to hope for more top fives. We just got to hope for extra XP. Because we're only allowed to jump into 3 games a season. That's been a main rule. And Fries did jump up to first. So please tell me. There it is. Okay, we beat Robert Morris. Huge. And we get into Akron, who are a 71 overall. You know what? I think we should play Akron. We got to embarrass the Zips. Okay, so we got Jonathan Fries, who we are in fact going to book for that Eastern Michigan game. Because with the win, it'll give the best influence possible. And then we do know what his case is, so let's put the DM and the hard sell on him. And it is going to be conference legend, and aspirational goals was correct. But we do got to book Vince Westbrook, who's a right edge, and we got to book James Pope. We'll book him for week 9 against Miami of Ohio. What else has playing time and pro potential? Is it clocked in? Yeah, it's clocked in. Okay, Matthew Moe is fine. Okay, Bryce Gage. Both him and Derek Ingram are perfectly fine, so let's take off the social media for Derek Ingram and let's get a sell on Jason Pope. Or it's gotta be Campus Lifestyle. You know what? Yeah, no, it's gotta be the clutch. It offers a better grade. Okay, huge. We did jump up on Jonathan Fries, so we gotta hope that any other one of our guys here reach their top 5 at some point. We gotta hope that any of these guys down below here do commit or give us more hours, as we're gonna play against Akron. Because we have Ohio and then Eastern Michigan, and then we're going to have to trust the Sims with each and every one of these teams here. With Kent State, Western Michigan, UMass, a 3-game road trip with that. And then we have a 5-game homestand coming up with Akron, Ohio, Eastern Michigan, and Miami of Ohio. Eastern Michigan of which we're going to play, and then we got to trust the Sim with the next 4 games after. So, you know what? Let's actually... Yeah, let's play against Akron. Okay, well, let's check the conference standings really quick. Okay, we're near the bottom of the conference. Okay, so the better teams are definitely Akron. And, okay, Eastern Michigan is not even that good at all. So we're the top team in the conference overall-wise. But Akron is definitely going to have to be a team to play because of their conference record. Even though we did upset Penn State. And our only 2 wins being our 2 FCS teams in Penn State. Okay, Bowling Green is... Okay, Western Michigan we can definitely sim. Miami of Ohio, I think we could definitely sim. Kent State, we could probably sim that one. Ohio, they're 0-4. We could definitely sim that one. And then obviously UMass. Yeah, we gotta sim. Yeah, we can sim all 4. We'll play Akron, then we'll play Eastern Michigan. Because that's the game that has the 4-star. So those are big implications there. So, you know what? We'll play Akron and then make this our normal uniform game. And then Eastern Michigan, in honor of the 4-star being there, will be our blackout game. Alright, we are in UB Stadium for the first home game to be played for this rebuild, as we're going to take on the Akron Zips, a team that we've never played before during our rebuild series. So let's see how we do here. Let's take it down to end the third, going into the 4th. Well, we're up 28-17 though. But 222 passing yards for Akron. And 212 passing yards, 212 rushing yards for Buffalo. That is quite impressive. So it's our pure running QB against their passing offense. Because look, 18 for 29 completions for Akron. That's actually insane right there. Okay, they drop back all the safeties, which means nothing is covered over the middle, which means Tristan McMillan's gonna get a first down. I'm telling you. Okay, he's running low on stamina now. I can literally see it. Okay, they tried to send a backer, which means the tight end's gonna be open over the middle. Okay, that was a good way to hit that bootleg shot, and we got 1st and goal. Okay, that's a good block. Lunge forward! Okay, we're at the half. We're at the half-yard line, so you know what? Let's go goal line, and let's give McMillan his 4th TD. We're nearly at the half-yard line. We just can't get stopped. Okay, please tell me we got closer on 3rd and goal. Okay, we did get closer, so we can't get stopped here. Yeah, that's wide open. Easy touchdown. That's number 4 for Tristan McMillan. And we're up 35-17. Make that 24 because they keep on being feisty. But they can't get the onside kick. So we're just going to take over an offense. We just got to hope to get a first down to stop any and all clock. Okay, that's their first timeout. And that's that huge-ass kangaroo. Way to get the block on the pulling guard, but it's going to be 3rd and inches. I literally saw that frame there. Yeah, that's a first down. And that's the 2-minute timeout. So we got to make them use their final one before we can kneel it out and call it game. Okay, they sent the blitz on everybody. That means Ryan Daly is so wide open. Oh my god, get off your tacklers! Oh, I thought we had it touchdown there. Okay, that's fine though, because we can kneel it out and end this game. We're going to beat Akron 35-24 on that one. And that was quite possibly one of the best games I've had with a quarterback yet in this rebuild series. Because Tristan McMillan went off. He had 4 total touchdowns on the ground by himself. Like, I'm telling you, pure running quarterbacks are starting to get my heart, which is absolutely huge if you ask me. So we got the win over Akron, and now we can have full confidence in the world going in the game against Eastern Michigan. That's going to be our last playing game of the season, and there's no update on our recruiting board this time. And Tristan McMillan, you go figure, won MAC Offensive Player of the Week. As we get into the game against Ohio, we gotta hope that we win this game. Okay, so Syracuse is jumping up a lot with him. And our grades are not looking the part right now for Jonathan Fries. So we gotta hope to possibly get a sway off. And what's his deal breaker? Proximity to home. We can't do Star Search because of the brand exposure deal breaker. Grades are not looking pretty good though. We can't do Hometown Hero because of that D-. So we really can't sway on anything. That's what sucks about it. Okay, we got the pitch right on him, we got the pitch right on him, and we got the pitch right on him. Huge. Okay, Matthew Moe is still fighting with Temple. Bryce Gage is actually getting comfortable, so we can take hours off of him. And then change the sell on Jason Pope to a hard sell. And LaMelo Sapp is actually starting to get comfortable, so we can take hours off of him. And then do the 15 on him. Okay, Cameron Lovelace. Okay, Miami of Ohio did jump up as he just got offered by them. Barry Dennis is fine. Let's do friends and family on Derek Ingram real quick. So let's push on this left guard here. Obviously, Jonathan Fries is the only guy that we're really pushing for. Everybody else are just sitting back. Okay, so Ohio and the Bobcats at home. So we should pick up the win. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed here. If we get 6 wins, we're bowl eligible. So we are completely fine if we get 6 wins. Okay, please give me the extra XP. We want to see the extra XP. Come on, please. Yes! We beat Ohio. I'm serious. This waiting for the extra XP usually always gets me really nervous. But, yeah, Syracuse did jump up with Jonathan Fries. And I believe that Eastern Michigan is next week. And then, Tony Gunn is ready to go for a visit at running back, so we can book it with the Eastern Michigan game. Okay, and David Skukanek is still in his top 10. Barry Dennis is perfectly fine. So we gotta hope to get some commits at some point. Honestly, we just gotta push for some commits. Okay, so Miami of Ohio. Okay, so you know what? Let's do friends and family on Cameron Lovelace. And then Ben Levitt. Yeah, he's got the push. And then Derek Ingram is in his top 8. We gotta hope for his top 5. And then Bryce Gage is fine. Vince Westbrook we're pushing for. And then Matthew Moe, he's got Temple on his back. And then Jason Pope, we gotta hope he commits. Okay, who is the closest? Okay, you know what? Let's actually put the so who has the... Okay, that's the Miami of Ohio game, and that's the Miami of Ohio game. Okay, so let's actually put the 10 hours towards Tony Gunn as a DM. Okay, so actually, no. We want to get a sell on him. LaMelo Sapp, yeah, he's comfortable. Let us actually take some hours off of Matthew Moe because he is comfortable. Take 20 hours off of 10 hours off of that, and then we'll do a sell with Tony Gunn, which I believe is going to be aspirational goals because of that championship contender and conference prestige, but with nothing else below it. So it's got to be aspirational goals. Right there with Tony Gunn. We got to hope to get the pitch right. as we sim past the bye week. And we gotta hope that we either do get a commit or get a top 3. Okay, Jonathan Fries did drop, but he is visiting this week against Eastern Michigan. So a visit influence here would absolutely be massive, as they are a higher tier opponent, and it will be huge to pick up a win, because the visit influence from Syracuse may happen next week, and we gotta hope they lose, so that way we can get Jonathan Fries. We got 10 hours back, and we did get possibly the sell right with Tony Gunn. We did get it right. Now what we could do, we only have 10 hours, is to put the hours onto... Okay, actually, let's schedule Derek Ingram. We'll get him on for the Week 11 bye and do this here. He is going to be coach connection. Oh, and Matthew Moe is ready to go. And he has a compliment with the Miami of Ohio game, so that's a huge boost for us. And David Skukanek is fine. We would want to do a sell with Matthew Moe, too, because he's got Temple on his back. No, not that one. Thank God we only got the visit right. Okay, so let's do a sell on Hometown Hero. Okay, so that's... And you know what? Let's actually add the extras. Hours to... Let's give it to Jason Pope. Right there. So that way we can hopefully get him to commit. We got 50 hours on him. And then Jonathan Fries with the win against Eastern Michigan, which we are going to play against as our final playing game. The win would make us bowl eligible. And then this one's going to be our blackout game. That would be kick-ass if we can rep these blackout uniforms. And then for Eastern Michigan, and we're going to have the white uniforms. We got to have the green helmets. So let's get into this game against Eastern Michigan, and we hope to have Ja'Sean Benjamin back from the broken thumb. But let's see. It is blackout night against Eastern Michigan, and the 4-star prospect is in the house tonight. So we gotta hope to win. That will make us bowl eligible and potentially raise our stock with this 4-star prospect, as we're gonna get the ball first. And good news is that Ja'Sean Benjamin is back in the game. Okay, get upfield! McMillan! He does it again! Touchdown! He's probably one of the better transfer pure running quarterbacks we had, as we're gonna hit Ryan Daly all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo Bulls. Oh yeah, come on McMillan. He's got another one. The 2 outside receivers would be impressed, so let's manage that, and then let's hit the drag with our tight end as a check down, and then we're gonna have Benjamin going to Texas. Okay, yeah, we're gonna hit the deep shot. He's got him. Let's go. Touchdown! That was, early, I believe. Get upfield. Let's go. Come on, Trustin. Woo! Get upfield. Cut to the outside. Oh my God, he's gone. He's gonna go all the way. Let's go. Touchdown, Buffalo. And we gotta hope to get at least 2 or 3 wins out of the 4-game road trip, starting with, pretty sure it was Western. I don't even know. I'll have to look back at the schedule. Okay, yeah, the safety did drop, but not too far back, as we're going to hit early once again for a touchdown. Our new look offense is fantastic with this new system, and we're going to hit the other guy on a deep shot for a touchdown. I believe that was Yancey who picked that up, and that's going to be 49 points, and we do have a legit chance for the 50 burger. Yeah, we just got to watch the 2 eye safeties, and then we'll put Birch on the Texas route. Oh, yeah. That's a good deep ball. Yancey again! There's the 50 burger! Touchdown, Buffalo! And what a blowout for the Buffalo Bulls on blackout night. And that's Jeremy Yancey, who's going to close out the 50 burger. And you know what? I think we should go for the 60 burger. We never had a 60 burger before. We should go for it. With a minute and 36 left, we should go for the 60 burger. And Trustin McMillan is going to give us a good start. We got to make these guys happy any way possible. We're just embarrassing these guys right now.
Huh?
Oh, wait, that's a flag. Let's see. Oh, wait, that was a illegal 4 pass? Well, that ruined any chance at a 60 burger. But wait, maybe it didn't for some reason. Because we're going to have Yancey on the deep shot. And we're going to have Early on the deep shot. And then we're going to have him on the Texas. He's got to hope the safeties don't drop too far back. That's exactly what happened. Come on. Get downfield. Oh, he got it! Jeremy Yancey! That's a 60 burger. The first ever 60 bomb of the rebuild series. I'm perfectly fine with taking a 60 burger over the Eagles and making Jonathan Fries happy as a whistle, as we're gonna win 63-24, our largest margin of victory in this rebuild series so far. So we'll sim ahead past the victory, and then we'll get into the 4-game road trip after Miami of Ohio, as we picked up Ben Levitt, and we got another one with Jason Pope. So we got 2 more commits right there, and everybody else in first place. And there's Jonathan Fries upping up on Syracuse, as that huge margin of victory did in fact impress him, as he had 332 yards passing and 6 touchdowns, becoming MAC Player of the Week and National Player of the Week. How about that, Treston McMillan? One of our best quarterback pickups that we've ever had. And with that victory, we jumped up on Jonathan Fries. And you know what? With another win, it'll hopefully seal up our 4-star quarterback, Jonathan Fries. And we're going to have to utilize him a lot. So Cameron Lovelace is ready for a visit. And he has a compliment with one of our linemen. So we can schedule him and get him sold here. Because guess what? He has the pitch ready to go. And you know what? We'll do the same thing with all the guys that have 20 on. Try and get 50 on them. And we can add 10 to him. And then we can convert Matthew Moe here. And then we can convert Tony Gunn into a hard sell. But we can't give the DM yet. And with 2 3-star commits at left tackle and Sandbacker, we got to hope that at some point during the 4-game road trip, we got to hope that we can get some extra visit hours here. But we got to hope that Jonathan Fries commits after this game against Miami of Ohio, which we should win, because that Eastern Michigan game, that was the last game that we were allowed to play for the season, not counting the bowl game, not counting the conference championship, which, by the way, let's check our conference standings after that. Okay, so we are in the top 3 right now in the conference, behind Toledo and behind Kent State. So we gotta hope Kent State, we beat them to jump up, and we can't lose another conference game. And we gotta hope that Toledo loses another one. Let's sim ahead past Miami of Ohio, keep our fingers crossed, and let's hope that Jonathan Fries, our 4-star quarterback, commits to us. We gotta see. And we're in a recruiting battle. Please tell me we won, though. That's why we're in a recruiting battle. We lost to Miami of Ohio. And we got UMass coming up. That's the game that started our road trip. But what was the final? 26-21. And we only beat Ohio 7-3. Damn, it must have been a really, really bad weather scenario. Okay, so then we have a 3-game road trip. We have UMass, we have Western Michigan, and we have Kent State. We gotta hope to beat all 3 of these teams going forward. We cannot lose another conference game. And then we check our conference standings really quick. Yeah, Kent State won, Toledo won again, and then Bowling Green and Akron jumped up. But with that win over Eastern Michigan, it made us bowl eligible anyways. And then Jonathan Fries is... Okay, he is getting pretty close. Okay, I'm pretty sure Syracuse lost. That's probably why the visit influence got to him. So now, we gotta lock in and get some visit hours on everybody. We gotta hope that everybody commits that are in their top 5 or their top 3, including Jonathan Fries, who we're in a recruiting battle for. So what's his deal breaker? Proximity to home. So we really can't sway on anything. I really don't like that brand exposure deal breaker. We can't do Sunday player because of the deal breaker, so we're gonna have to ride it out, and hopefully Syracuse loses a bunch of games. And we gotta hope that we win our road games, especially against UMass. We can't lose to the worst team in college football. Okay, we did get Vince Westbrook. Yes! Okay, we did beat UMass, so we're not getting embarrassed this year. Okay, and we're going into the bye, but let's see. Fries. So he's going to be tussling out a lot with Syracuse. Okay, because of the commit, we got 50 hours back that we can use towards bigger needs, like Bryce Gage. You know, let's actually send a house on him, get him in his top 5 sooner. And we got the bye week coming up, so we got to hope that Fries gets a huge jump here. Okay, we got Tony Gunn at running back. Okay, we jumped up to 4th, and Toledo just keeps on winning, but Bowling Green did in fact lose one. And then we have Kent State. Akron lost one. Okay, that's a huge loss. That gave us a huge jump. So we are in the top 4 in the conference. And then we got Western Michigan coming up. And we got to hope that everybody on top at some point loses. And then, okay, we are this close to Jonathan Fries committing. We gotta hope that Syracuse pulls the offer so that way we can get our 4-star. Okay, so we have Bryce Gage. No visits left, so we gotta put a pitch on him. And then we got 50 hours back, so we could push someone else. So let's push LaMelo Sapp. Let's send the house on him. Because Indiana just offered him. Cameron Loveless is in his top 3, but we're gonna pull away from Miami of Ohio. And then we got Derek Ingram coming up to commit. We got Cam Loveless coming up to commit. And we gotta hope that Jonathan Fries commits to Syracuse. We gotta hope that we beat Western Michigan. And we gotta hope that Jonathan Fries commits. Come on. We need a 4-star quarterback. This will definitely progress towards our side quest. Come on, please. We got him! So we beat Western Michigan. We got Jonathan Fries at 4-star quarterback. So please tell me we beat Western Michigan. Yeah! Let's go! Great week. We got the 4-star quarterback, Jonathan Fries, who's a backfield creator, but the number 3 recruit out of the state of New York. And he will be our guy to compete with Treston McMillan. And we pushed LaMelo Sapp to the pitch. And we got 50 hours back off of Fries' commit. So now we can do this. And then let's push another one. Let's go with... Okay, Mo did in fact drop to who? Temple? Temple won in week 12. That's why? And he had a bunch of compliments. That sucks. Okay, so we got room for one more recruit. We got to focus on the offensive side. Okay, so we have 3 tight ends leaving. So you know what? Let's look for a tight end who is a 3-star. And then we got Terrence Melvin. Okay, he is a physical route runner, which is what I like, and he has no offer. So we'll take that offer to get a tight end. Okay, he's no gem or bust. So we can do friends and family, get him interested. And we got to hope that we don't lose Matthew Mona Temple. And we got to hope that we beat Kent State. And we're 8-3 in the conference right now. And Kent State, wait, Kent State lost. We're going to compete with Toledo. Okay, we just got to hope that Toledo loses. And we beat Kent State. Otherwise, we're out of the conference championship picture. We got to beat Kent State to have a shot at the conference championship. So we need to hope that we beat Kent State. And we need to hope that we can get a conference championship picture. Come on. Come on. Okay, we did get a commit. It was Cam Loveless. But, okay, no Matthew Mo update. But Barry Dennis did hit his top 5 finally. Please. We're out of the conference championship picture. Kent State just pushed us out of the conference championship picture. I can't freaking believe that. What was the final? We lost by a game-winning field goal. And they get in the conference championship game because of the tiebreaker. But at least we did get 6 commits, including a 4-star quarterback. And we are going to be bowl eligible by the end of this season. But I can't believe we just got kicked out of the conference championship game by Kent State, of all teams. Okay, we did get Derek Ingram. That's a big pickup at left guard. Okay, we're now in a recruiting battle with Temple. We finally got an update with Matthew Mo. And yeah, we got kicked out of the conference championship game. And at least our... You know what? Let's actually extend our coordinators. Because I was definitely responsible for the turnaround this season. So it's my duty to extend them. And I really do want to keep that defensive coordinator on as much as possible. So let's sim past conference championship weekend. We gotta hope that Toledo wins. Because we're forming a newfound rivalry with Kent State. And the sway didn't work with Matthew Mo. We lost him to Temple. But Kevin Jennings from SMU won the Heisman Trophy. 4,048 yards and 40 touchdowns. With a 68% completion rate. Which is pretty interesting. And we're going to get the staffDNA Cure Bowl against Liberty. The first time we're playing in the Cure Bowl for the Rebuild Series. Which is very interesting. And we're going against an 8-5 Liberty squad. And it's unfortunate we lost Mo to Temple. But we did get the sway to work with LaMelo Sapp. Okay. But I do want to wait to the transfer portal to get him. Because of the fact that we do not have any hours to use. So let's get into the Liberty Bowl, the Cure Bowl against Liberty. Alright. An all-pink field here today. As we're going to play in the staffDNA Cure Bowl against Liberty. A bowl win here would absolutely be massive to raise our prestige a little bit. Okay, so we're going to extend up and run. We got 33 lacking. First down. Okay, set the... Oh, they thought we set the blitz on the safety. Oh, we fumbled! Okay, we got it back. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, one word of advice. Do not truck with a running quarterback a lot of times. Okay, thank God Shea Williams came back for that. We got 3rd and 2 because that safety was dropping down looking for a pick 6. I knew that right away. Way to cut back. Let's go, Benjamin. 1st down. Okay, safety drop back. I was hoping for the deep shot with Yancey, but at least McMillan's gonna take off. And we're in the red zone. Okay, good that we handed it off. Okay, Benjamin's up to the 5, and that's their 1st timeout. Okay, set the okay, popped up in the air. Okay, run up. He got it. Let's go. Trusted McMillan has done it again. And they're going to do nothing with the football. We're up 28-7 with 1:14 left. And you know something too, guys. With this victory, we should be able to just raise our prestige up a little bit with a 9-win season, fulfilling our coach contract. That way, moving forward, we can go after some better transfers and better prospects. It may take as long as the Coastal rebuild with how our rebuild's actually going, but I'm going to be completely honest. I'm really stoked and I'm really excited for the future of this program. So you know what? We're just going to kneel it out and end this game. We're going to beat Liberty in the Cure Bowl by a score of 28-7. So the future is bright for this Buffalo program, as I believe I just saw that we are a number 1.5-star prestige school, as Texas Tech has won the national championship over in-state rivals Texas. How fitting is that? The Lone Star Showdown goes in Texas Tech's favor as the number 1 seeded Texas loses. And Texas Tech actually won a perfect 16-0, so congratulations to them. And then Notre Dame got in, Penn State got in, Boise State got in as a 7th seed. Georgia lost to Notre Dame. That's quite something. And yep, there it is. We are a 1.5-star prestige school, courtesy of the bowl win. They can go after some better transfers. Okay, so Messiah Birch is leaving, apparently. Okay, we have 7 persuasions. So you know what? Let's try and get Dwayne Early back. Come on, please. Yes, we got him back. He's going to be our top receiver. Okay, so it's a good thing we got Dwayne Early back. Okay, Jeremy Yancey. Okay, he's gone. Tyrone Davis at tackle. I think it was our 2nd string. Okay, he's not coming back. Okay. And we lost Jay Sean Benjamin at graduation. We lost our left guard. We lost our right guard. So we got to go for a transfer at each side. We lost out on Cornell Evans. So we're going to need defensive tackles in the portal, possibly. Okay, Messiah Birch is a junior redshirt, so please tell me we can keep him. Okay, we did get him to stay. Okay, that's perfect. Our wide receiver room is not much of a concern besides replacing Jeremy Yancey, which I think I'll find pretty easy because we're a 1.5-star school now. So now we can go after 3-star transfers, which are basically 5 stars out of the high school portal. And then is there any draft results? There are not. So Red Murdoch will continue to be our latest draftee. Okay, I would definitely try and go for a wide receiver here. So let's see if there are any 3-star wideouts that we could potentially go after. Okay, Robbie Washington is on the board. And there's also Dawson Powell from the Maryland rebuild. There's also Israel Paul from Air Force. There's a couple guys that we can go after here. Harold Duvall from Fresno State. Kyle Washington. Okay, Cam Courtney's off the board. We can't go after that. Isaiah Spencer from Virginia Tech. Okay, that's Joshua Porter from Sebring, Florida. So it's not Quincy Porter, sadly. Oh! Ryder Treadway! You guys remember Ryder Treadway from the North Texas rebuild? He was an absolute stud backing up Quincy Porter. So you know what? We could try and get him to be our top target. And I honestly thought I was going to go ahead and get Brendan McQueen and, you know, have him come back as Lightning McQueen. But unfortunately, he's off the board. So, yeah, let's try and get, who is it? Ryder Treadway. And if not, we will go after, yeah, let's go after Dawson Powell. He was a big contributor for the Maryland rebuild. But let's see if Lincoln Cure wants back in. He is open! Finally! Let's go! We can get Lincoln Cure! He wants out of Fresno State. And then there's Gavin Grover from Jacksonville State, too. And then JT Taggart locked us out of the deal breaker, unfortunately. But there it is. We got Lincoln Cure back for this Buffalo rebuild. But now I'm curious. can we still get Quincy Porter? I'm curious now. We haven't had an attempt to get him in 2027 yet. So, is there a chance to get Quincy Porter? No, there is not, unfortunately. Michael Thomas is off our board to bring exposure. But Frank Humphreys, a wide receiver out of Delaware, is not going to be there because he had no stats and is still a freshman, so there's going to be lackluster stats. But we can't get Kenyon Massey from UMass, unfortunately. So, yeah, Quincy Porter, no him for 2027. So, let's see if we can go after some guys here. Let's see, strong safety. Okay, so we could get Takaya Banks from Bowling Green. We could try and steal him off. We could get... Okay, you know what? There's Ben Hutcherson from Penn State. He did get some games started as a freshman, as a coverage specialist. So you know what? He's got some potential. Let's get him. And then we can get Ivan Taylor from Alabama. We can try and get him. Okay, hold on. Is there any 4-stars that we can try and go after? Even though we are a 1-star school. Oh! Xavier Brown! He was huge for the James Madison rebuild. He was so big. Okay, we could also get Colton Hood. We could also get him. So we're gonna lock in on these two corners. Colton Hood and Xavier Brown. That would be absolutely huge to get him. Okay, so Bryce Baker's off our board. Deshaun Bishop from Tennessee. He is a junior though. Oh wait, beside the loam. There's beside the loam. He is first interested, so let's actually take off one of our strong safeties real quick. That being Ivan Taylor. I would rather take a freshman strong safety and then have him beside the loam be our sophomore. So let's favorite him. Let's favorite him. Let's favorite him. Let's favorite him. Like, you know, let's just favorite our top options here. Okay, let's put Lincoln Cure at the top because he is going to be our top option as a transfer going forward. And then Ryder Treadway, let's favorite him. Let's give him friends and family to hopefully compensate. He wants back into North Texas somehow. So you know what? Let's send a house on him and try and swam away. And then Dawson Powell is first interested in us. He was a big help with the Maryland rebuild, so that would be a huge plus. And then Ben Hutcherson. And then Xavier Brown's second interested. So you know what? Let's do the 40 on him. And then Colton Hood, we definitely will want to send a house on. And then Messiah DeLome, we can get away with doing friends and family. Just gotta hope that we get the commits on the high scores. We gotta hope we get Bryce Gage. We gotta hope we get Barry Dennis. We gotta hope we get LaMelo Sapp. Okay, Lincoln Cure is definitely gonna be our top tight end option going forward. I've loved this guy during our rebuild series. He's been the toughest guy on the field as one of our memes in the rebuild series. He's gotta be our guy. Okay, we can get Bryce Davis from Duke. Okay, he started in 10 games, got 1 sack as a sophomore. So he could be a huge pickup. Oh yeah, Desmond Umeazulu. Okay, I mean, he's a junior though, but he does have 30 tackles, so we could try and get him. And there's also Quandre St. John from Ohio. We could steal him, and we can also get either Jake Stanish or Jordan Renaud from Alabama, and then Jake Stanish is from Vanderbilt. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to look for like first interesting transfers near the end of the line. So let's get defensive tackles. Okay, William Goodvine is a sophomore. Let's get him. No game started, but he did have 36 tackles and 2 tackles for loss in the games that he played as a sophomore. Okay, that's interesting here. And we can also get Isaiah White, who's a sophomore from Kent State, Toledo as well. So let's get that. A Mike linebacker. Okay, there's Cole Niles as a sophomore. 88 tackles at Mike, so that's a huge stat right there. And 12 games started too out of Texas State. Even though Cole Clemens is a freshman from Hightstown, New Jersey, we could actually use Colin Clemens, who's a thumper. But Eric Gayton, who's also a freshman, actually started in 13 games, so he's actually more experienced out of Colorado. He's got 25 tackles. Okay, definitely Cole Niles is definitely gonna have to be someone we gotta target. But we are gonna need offensive tackle. You know, let's just go after some guards, because guards would actually be massive. We could try and get them. Okay, no sacks allowed in 882 downs for Wyatt Minor. Let's try and get him. And then we need a left guard, so we're gonna go ahead and get Marquise Easley, who at 908 downs played, allowed 3 sacks. Oh, Chris Figna. He is a very familiar name, so let's get him. And then we'll get Marquise Easley. I definitely would want Chris Figna. We got him from the UConn rebuild, and he was a huge help to our offensive line. as the O-line got much older. Okay, we can actually get Tyrone Davis back. Uber Ajongo, who in 931 downs played, had 5 sacks allowed. Okay, in 94 downs played, only allowed 1 sack for Kirk Gilden from Texas State. So we actually could get the reunion going. Okay, so we have 4 tackles, 4 guards. But we do need at least 2 more outside linebackers. Okay, we definitely do need a Sam, so let's get Sterling Dixon as a sophomore. #1 transfer out to Sam linebacker position, which is huge. And then we have Myron Robinson, who's a Will as a sophomore, so let's get him. Seems like that Darrell Farrar had 39 tackles, only 1 sack, though. That's kind of a bit of a red flag. Oh, Nicholas Clayton! How could I forget? How could I forget about the Wisconsin Badgers legend, Nicholas Clayton? How could I forget about you, buddy? And he's second interested, so you know what? We'll do the 40 on him, and then we'll offer everybody else if we can. So we have 60 hours to offer everybody. We tried to go after guys who were first interested, so we gotta hope that we did a good job here with offering everybody scholarships. So we have, come on, 5 left. 1, 2. Okay, we got it, I think. 3. Yep, we got it. We got it. We offered everybody. Let's go. We offered everybody. Massive. And the thing about the transfer portal is that we can allow the recruits to be in first place, as we just got Bryce Gage. That's a huge pickup there. And any lockouts at all? No. Okay, so we are in business here, guys. We are in business. Okay, so Messiah Delhomme is in 3rd. Colton Hood is in 4th. And no other updates. Okay. And with the commit, we did get 200 hours back. And we just gotta hope that LaMelo Sapp, with the visit week, we hope that he stays put. Okay, Terrence Melvin did reach his top 5, but we don't want to book a visit on a high school recruit. We really don't want to waste it. Okay, Lincoln Cure is 2nd. Ryder Treadway is 2nd. Dawson Powell dropped to 2nd to Penn State. So you know what? Let's actually drop that business and let's send the house on him. Keep him in first. Sabian Brown is in first place. Colton Hood jumped to 4th. Messiah Delhomme did drop, but he is ready for a visit. So let's get him on for the week 4 visit, as he does have no compliments. 15 extra to get him. Nicholas Clayton is there. Okay, so good find, needs some attention. Same thing for Isaiah White. Same thing for Cole Niles. And Eric Gayton is there. Okay, so everybody else is in first place except for Kirk Gilden. So again, we gotta hope for commits. Okay, Lincoln Cure did in fact jump to 2nd. He is in his top 5 still. And we only have 15 hours. And Sapp has not committed yet. And Indiana kept the offer on the table. Okay, we got Bryce Gage. Okay, so who else wants him? Oh, Louisiana. You know what? Let's schedule a week 3 visit with a bunch of other guys, so we can keep them in the running. He is going to be a primetime player. And Ryder Treadway jumped to 1st over Southern Miss. And let's hold off on the visit here, so we can do a hard sell on primetime player. Okay, championship contender proximity. If it's not conference prestige, it's got to be hometown hero. Absolutely a hometown hero. Okay, so we have Ben Hutcherson next. This one, he is in first place, but he is a competitive with Messiah Delhomme, so we are going to hold off on the visit. We're just going to get straight to a sell. Playing style is the deal breaker. You know what? Let's just keep the friends and family on him and wait to get better pitches. But the Zabian Brown should have room for a visit here. Okay, yeah, he is a compliment. And Zabian Brown technically is ranked... Okay, he is ranked higher than Colton Hood. So we are going to have to go after Zabian Brown. And Messiah Delhomme did drop to 4th behind Oregon, Maryland. He won it back with Maryland, and then BYU. And then we have the week 4 visit. But good news is Nicholas Clayton is ready to go for a visit. So we'll do a hard sell. Playing style, I'm pretty sure it's going to be... So it's not campus lifestyle. It's got to be clocked in. And he has a compliment with everybody else. So let's get a championship contender grade. Could be aspirational goals. The deal breaker's championship contender. So anything with championship contender. It's not conference legend. It's not Sunday player. It's not hometown hero. Okay, it could be primetime player. Yeah, I think it could be primetime player because of that A+ grade there. You know what? Let's give Cole Niles the visit here. Because I'm pretty sure, yep, they're all compliments with each other. Because of the lack of hours that we have, we can't sign anybody else besides our top guys. And we gotta hope for our high scores to actually make a commitment. And we ended up losing Messiah Delhomme and Cole Niles. But let's see about our other ones. Okay, Xavier Brown dropped down to Duke, but he has the week 4 visit week alongside Nicholas Clayton. But we're going to drop these two and get some other guys on board. Dawson Powell is in... Okay, everybody else is in second. Okay, Lincoln Cure, good thing he did jump up from first. He's our top priority. So you know what? Since we lost beside Alum, Xavier Brown dropped. He already has the week 4 visit. We can get a backup visit coverage and get him on. And with 135 hours to use, you can get Ben Hutcherson. Oh yeah, team player. Okay, it's looking like we're going to lose Dawson Powell to Penn State. So we're not going to save the hours. Xavier Brown, okay, he's got the visit week. And we need to get a sell on him on top of the visit week if we need, we want to get him. Okay, so playing time. Okay, so it actually could be campus lifestyle. Because that F playing time really does concern me. But we are going to give him playing time, though. That's the problem. But his deal breaker is playing style. I mean, that's a better concern. So, you know what? We're going to try campus lifestyle. But Nicholas Clayton, we're still fighting for. And good thing his sell was correct. So we can try and convert. We can convert that. And then Omea Zulu is ready to go. But he already has a week 4 visit schedule. Oh, wait. We forgot to unbook Cole Niles. But Omea Zulu has a comment with Nicholas Clayton. But it's looking like we're going to lose him to Pittsburgh, though. Everybody's jumping up on him. So we got to get an edge guy. LaMelo's... Oh, wait. The Indiana week 4 visit. God damn it, Indiana. I'm pretty sure he's got compliments. We're probably going to lose LaMelo Sap. But we gotta keep the intensity up. We're so close to committing. We are so close to making him commit. Playing style and coach prestige, so we know what the case is here. But coach prestige is a deal breaker, so it can't be that. Oh, yeah. Duh. Standard bearer. Okay, he hasn't been scheduled, but aspirational goals was the deal breaker, so we could try and do this. But East Carolina's not offering that much influence. And it's looking like we're going to lose Marquise easily to Michigan, so we're going to have to find somebody else. And it's looking like we're going to lose Isaiah White to Northwestern. And William Goodvine to Michigan. Oh my god, we're losing a lot of our transfers, guys. But we're still fighting for a lot of them, too. I can literally see it. And I believe we still have a shot at Kirk Gordon, though. So with 130 hours, we got to look for more first interested transfers. Oh, yeah. Oh! Okay. Okay, but we can't get Jace Clarizio, unfortunately. Oh! Dominic Nicely! From Coastal Carolina! He's first interested. The thing is, he has no offers. Okay, so we can get Dominic Nicely. Okay, that was actually quite huge. Even though we couldn't get... Okay, that's Champ Hampton. From Stanford, so it's no Michael Ford, DJ Murray, and Tyler Bradley. Okay, I want a guy who we were familiar with, and Dominic Nicely is a huge backfield threat. We used him a lot during the Coastal Carolina rebuild, and he is in open recruiting, so that's a good pickup right there. Okay, so we're going to have to get Jaden Walker, and then we're going to have to get Colin Clemens. And then we need defensive tackles. We can get Caden Beatty. Oh, Mark Hensley. Okay, that's fine. Oh, Marcus Moore from Coastal Carolina. Oh, wait. We need corners. That's right. Xavier Brown's the only corner that we have open on the table right now, so we're going to need... Okay, Vernon Woodyard. Does he have any offers, though? No, he does not. Okay, and we can also get Caleb Whitaker. Yeah, there's no corner names that we are extremely familiar with, besides Colton Hood, but we lost him. So Xavier Brown's going to have to be the only one that we have a decent shot for. But Vernon Woodward III is a decent shot. And then we have our strong safety. We lost out on Masai Delum, so we're going to have to get a pickup here. So we could get CJ Miles from Western Michigan. We can try and steal him. We lost out on Ben Hutcherson. Are we still targeting Hutcherson? Oh, yeah, he's got the visit week. Duh. This guy, Cyril Avery, he is a freshman who's 14th at the position. He did have a pick in 13 games started, so you know what? He does have a bright future, so let's try and get him. So Dominic Nicely would be a huge pickup at running back to be our Jay Sean Benjamin replacement. But let's just cross our fingers and hope we get a board at 35 coming out of the transfer portal, because I'm pretty sure I did a job to get everybody in first place. So let's see how we did here. Okay, we got LaMelo Sap. Okay, that was the one high schooler I was so worried about because Indiana was going to steal him. We did get Ben Hutcherson. So no Masai DeLong, but that's okay. We got Barry Dennis at quarterback, so that's our high scores. Now come the transfers. So let's see. Tyrone Davis at right tackle. Wyatt Minor at right guard. Bryce Davis at left edge. Okay, so that'll help our defense. We got Sterling Dixon at Sam. Perfect. We got Chris Vigna. We ended up getting Lincoln Cure. Let's freaking go, baby. We got the toughest guy on the field. And we also got Ryder Treadway. He'll be a massive help at wide receiver. We got Sabian Brown. Let's go. Huge boost at corner. And we got Nicholas Clayton. And we got Dominic Nicely. So he'll be a running back. Jaden Walker as well. We got Colin Clemens. Let's see. Mark Hensley. So I'm pretty sure we got everybody first interested. Okay, we got Vernon Woodward. CJ Miles as a backup strong safety. We got Cyril Avery too. Okay, so that's 3 strong safeties. We got Moses Robinson Tyson. Cameron Anthony as a backup tight end, essentially. Charlie Collins. Okay, so who did we lose? We lost Beatty. And we lost Taylor. Okay. They didn't tell us we lost Gilden. So the visit didn't help. We lost Caden Beatty to Ohio State. We lost Quentin Taylor. But, hey, a full board of 32 recruits. A bunch of them being 3 stars. Even 2 4-star recruits is massive. So, let's go into the top classes for a second. And check the MAC conference. And we're the top class amongst the MAC conference. With the 45th ranked in the nation. And let's check our transfers. We're the 6th ranked transfer class in the entire nation. Led by Zabian Brown, Charlie Collins, and Ryder Treadway. Guys, we had possibly a potential rebuild in one transfer class. We got guys who we're very familiar with in Lincoln Cure, Zabian Brown. And we got massive holes to fill. And Zabian Brown going into his senior season, we need to make sure that he does his part. But Charlie Collins has playing style deal breaker. Lincoln Cure is championship contender. Okay, so we need to start winning games if we want to seal up Lincoln Cure. And I was surprised Charles Lester stuck around because of the playing style, interestingly enough. So our quarterback is going to be Treston McMillan, who won himself All-American. And then Jonathan Fries is going to back him up. And he has star development. So expect Jonathan Fries to take over as starting quarterback eventually down the line. So at running back, we're going to have Dominic Nicely in front of Messiah Birch. And then we also have Tony Gunn and David Skukinek. And then, let's see, wide receivers did get a little bit better. We did keep Dwayne Early from going to the transfer portal. We still have Shea Williams, and we also got in Ryder Treadway. So we need to keep on winning games to fix that deal breaker. We have Lincoln Cure as well, alongside Cameron Anthony and Kamari Smith. Oh, yeah, someone up to development. We have Shea Williams go to Impact, I believe. Okay, so Zabian Brown leveled up to an 93 overall, and then Jordan Thomas leveled up to an 89, and then Talibi Kaba leveled up to an 87. Charles Lester is an 86, and then still Treston McMillan will be an 84 overall, and he'll be our starting quarterback. And no update on Jonathan Fries. Okay, so running back, Dominic Nicely, Messiah Birch at a 75, and then James McNeil at a 68. And then fullback. So wideouts, Ryder Treadway will be our top receiver at an 82. Dwayne Early at a 78. And then Shea Williams, who leveled up to impact development, went up to a 75 as a junior. And then Jeremiah Watkins is right behind him, and alongside Alec Gore as a redshirt freshman. And tight ends, Lincoln Cure, we need to win games. We need to keep on winning games to keep him around, because we want him full-time as a star development tight end, as an 81 overall. We gotta give him the ball at all costs. We are an 81 overall, but with an 86 overall defense. Okay, that defense is gonna be tough to stop. So we still have Michigan. We do not have 2 FCS games this time. Thank the Lord for that. We do have a Week 7 game against Troy. We do have a Week 0 game against FIU. You know what? We should cancel the Week 0 game. Michigan off and see if we can find another. Oh, we could try and beat Boise State out of the Pac-12. We can try and host that game. But actually, we can't get Utah as the 19th ranked team at 7. Oh yeah, BYU. Okay, so that's our schedule going forward. We have Boise State, we have the SES game in Week 2, then we have BYU, and then after Kent State and Ball State, we have Utah. So, depending on how the conference looks, and depending on how the overalls look, we're definitely going to have to play Boise State. That's our introductory game. And then we're more than likely going to have to play Utah or BYU, depending on how the overalls look, and depending on how the rankings look. Okay, so now we're still a 1.5-star school. So I do believe that we can, again, start chasing after some 4 stars. But the one thing I do want to know is who is the #1 ranked recruit in the state of New York. That way we can go after him and try to win him over as part of our challenges. Oh, that is tough. We're getting closer and closer each and every time. In 25, we got the 4th best. In 26, we got the 3rd best. So now 2027, we're chasing after the 2nd best. Because the 1st best has a deal breaker with conference prestige. Unfortunate. Okay, no bust yet so far. Come on, please. Okay, this is the #2 recruit in the state of New York, Jeremy Gunter, and he is no gem or bust. Okay, so we're going to favor him because he is going to be a part of our challenges list. So I think going forward with our future rebuilds, I should come up with a challenges list in case I decide to rebuild a team that is not, it hasn't been suggested by any of you guys, just like Buffalo. If any of y'all suggested Buffalo and didn't get back to me with a side quest, I will definitely come up with a challenges list. One of which being recruit the #1 player in the state of New York. We have to win a conference title. We want to get a college football playoff win. And of course, we want to win the national championship, which is the main goal. Okay, so with the increased recruiting hour bit, we could scout upon offensive linemen much more efficiently, as we just got a gem at 3-star in Brian Freeland. We go ahead and take that. Oh, but we got Raphael Lauderdale is a bust at left tackle. But we did get a gem in left guard, Nathan Byard. That's a huge pickup. So we got a left tackle and a left guard who are both which gems. And we got 2 more guys to scout upon. Okay. So we have 55 hours left, so we should go after at least 1 or 2 more. Hey! We got ourselves a gem at tight end. How about that? So we're starting to get gem offensive players this time around, instead of gem defensive players. And we have 2 more chances to scout, and that's it. So we have 16 recruits, and Kenyon Lobato, our left guard, went up to 1st, and he's in his top 8, so that's the only update we have so far. And then Jeremy Gunter has no offer from Georgia yet. Absolutely perfect. We'll send a house on him, and then we'll do friends and family on everyone else. We do get more hours in the recruiting stage, as we are, in fact, in a 1.5-star school now. Okay, who? Okay, Antoine hasn't been offered yet. Neither has Byard, but Freeland has, and obviously Gunter has been offered. Okay, and Delaware offered him a scholarship too, so the only one who hasn't been offered was Jaden Antoine, so we could lose out on our wide receiver Thomas Carney, or at least drop if we keep the scholarship on him. But we at least administered our hours, right? The only one that didn't get offered was our tight end, which Gunter did reach his top 8, and we just cracked the top 8. And Brian Freeland is in 1st. Jaden Antoine's in 1st. Okay, Nathan Byard definitely does look comfortable. He is in 1st place, so we're going to take the hours off of him. And then feed them to Alex Cisco, who did, in fact, drop. And Jaden Antoine's looking pretty comfortable, so we're going to take the hours off of him. And feed them to... let's actually feed them to Thomas Carney, who had Delaware jump up on him. So let's get the friends and family to him. And then we'll give the DM to Glenn Priester. Okay, we're going to be fine going forward, as we're going to enter this first game against Boise State. 24th ranked Boise State, and we are very even with them. But our 86 overall defense is going to capitalize on every opportunity we can get. So let's get it going. All right. First game of the 2027 season. We here in Buffalo for the game against Boise State. This should be fun with a new look roster and a new look mentality. Going into the second half, and finally, Boise State puts one on the board. 17 first downs compared to their 4. That is awesome to see from this Buffalo team. Set some form of pressure, but that means Lincoln Cure is going to be open. I really did want Lincoln Cure to be my top weapon going forward. That's exactly why I picked him up off the portal, as we're going to hit Watkins on that bubble screen, but he's not going to go anywhere. I think Nicely has the fake Texas route. Yep. On that dig, and Nicely's got to plow through. He's got 4th and inches. Zone coverage. And Nicely's hurt. What's with everybody getting hurt? Okay, good news is that we stopped him, and I believe we caused a turnover.
Nope.
Yeah, I should not have thrown that. Knowing that the backer was going to be sitting there. I should not have thrown that. But thank God for our defense! Our 86 defense! Putting on a clinic today. Alright, you know what? We're definitely going to have to take out Nicely because he is in fact hurt. Okay, he did it for us, and Messiah Birch already is the starter. Oh, Jesus, he got laid out. Alright, you know what? Fine. If this game really wants me to punt that bad, we'll punt. And we do it once again. Guys, this is a huge victory over Boise State. And we'll give Ryder Treadway the ball one more time, I would say. And I'm surprised Treadway is a junior, is a speedster, but you can't beat out a guy in press coverage. Like, that is not great. Alright, that's going to be first down for him, but again, it really doesn't matter. We're going to come up with a huge win over top 25 Boise State, 28-7. With a W over a ranked team really doesn't mean anything unless you like really stack up against the competition. So we might want to keep up. So yeah, we didn't really get a ranking much at all, but at least with the win, our championship contender grade went up, which will be a huge concern for some of our deal breakers. And we have Jamie Zambrano. I mean, he's the first of our visits scheduled. Okay, so we're going to put him on for the... you know what? Let's get him on for the BYU game. Try and get him on sooner. And we know what his case is, though. And then we have Thomas Carney, who we should get on for the Toledo game, right? Yeah, the Toledo game. Okay, Conference Legend offers a better grade, so we're going to try and soft sell that. And as for Zambrano, let's find out who's comfortable. So, Lobato's fine. Dingle's fine. Cleveland, it should be fine. Okay, Brian Freeland is starting to become fine now, so we can take some hours off of him. Because we really want to get these sells on some of our visits here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to a soft sell here. Yeah, I was going to say, I know it's aspirational goals right there. Okay, so as long as we keep things up with our recruits, and Jeremy Gunter went to second, just behind Penn State, and we jumped over Maryland. As long as we keep things the way they are, we should be fine against FCS East. And then what's coming up here? We got BYU in week 4, then we have Kent State, Ball State, Utah, who are unranked now, and then we have Miami of Ohio, Akron, Toledo, UMass, Central Michigan, Western Michigan. Okay, so we just beat Boise State. I think we play BYU, who are currently ranked, and then we are going to have to pick one conference game to play, depending on the records later on during the season. Gunter did reach his top 5, so let's get a visit on him as soon as we possibly can. And perfect. No FCS upset. And then we can finally get Jeremy Gunter on for a visit. Okay, BYU did lose a game, and they are unranked. So it will be tough to pull through. So let's get him on for possibly our conference game, which is more than likely going to be the Toledo game. But let's see if we can get him on for the Miami of Ohio game. Miami of Ohio has been pretty bad to beat in terms of everything else. We do have 15 more hours. And then Cleveland's ready to go. And he has a compliment with Zambrano, so we'll put him on for that one. And then Lobato's ready to go. But he has a competitive with Cleveland, so let's shift him over to the Akron game. The guy we really want to lock in on is Jeremy Gunter. Well, we're definitely going to have to check all these guys down the line because Antoine's fine, Byers fine, and then Freeland's fine, but Eastern Michigan did just offer him. And then as for everybody else, we got to keep the hours on, regardless of how things are. Priester jumped over Miami before entering the top 5, and then Carl Kuhn over Syracuse. And then we do have a visit week scheduled for Zambrano for week 4, and we have 2 visits scheduled for that game. So we're definitely going to have to play that. So hopefully we can get a jump on him over North Carolina, alongside Nick Cleveland, who is first interested going into the week 4 game over Central Michigan. And then Lobato has week 9. Thomas Carney has week 10 as a wide receiver. So as long as we can keep everybody in first place, we should be fine. We should be able to get everybody possible here coming out of this bye week here. Okay, San Bruno's visiting and Cleveland's visiting this week, and then we have more visits to schedule. So now is the BYU game, and they lost another conference game. Wow, so this could be a lot easier than we think. Okay, Gunter did jump to first over Penn State, which means we definitely got the sell right. Yes, we did. Okay, so it's now it would be a matter of time to see if we can keep it that way going towards his visit week. And then Cisco hit his top 5. And he does have a comment with Gunter, so we're going to stack as much comments as we possibly can here. Okay, this could give us a hard sell to work with. If it's not Gamer, it's clocked in. Fine with me. And then Priester's ready. And he's also another compliment with the Miami of Ohio game, so we're giving Jeremy Gunter all the comments in the world right now. Playing time and playing style. Okay, it's got to be campus lifestyle here. And we got to shift him to Central Michigan because we do have another guard on a visit, so we have to shift his focus over. And we do have all 3. We could have a hard sell, but the problem is... Okay, but let's check everybody's sells. Okay, we have him correct. We have him correct. We definitely have him. We have him right. We have him right. He's not ready yet. Okay, we have the guess on him. BYU, which is going to be a game that we're definitely going to have to play against. Okay, our overalls did jump up. We are an 81 overall offense right now. And then we are an 83 overall and still at 86 defense. This one, I think, should be our steel color game. So not the blackouts, but the steel color alternates. Those would be kick-ass against BYU. Just to avoid an upset. Because they were ranked going into this, and we did decide to play them. So, let's get into it. As it is Steel Night in Buffalo. As we welcome home BYU. A Big 12 opponent, so a win against them would absolutely be massive. As they just lost 2 conference games in a row. Going into the second half, and it'll be 31-7. Okay, that's a nice block. Ooh, okay. Good shoot, Treadway. Okay, I know that I'm up here and sitting down on my setup, right? But let me know down below in the comments, right? I need your opinion on this. Let me know if I should do like a standing desk setup to where I'll be like standing, so you can capture my like celebrations and whatnot, and you can capture all my reactions to some of the big plays that I do. So let me know in the comments if I should get like a standing desk to pair my setup with. I think that would be really sick to do, as we're gonna up Treadway, and he threw a bullet pass instead. And they did score the touchdown, but they missed a 2-point, so it's gonna be an 18-point game. Come on, get upfield nicely, first down. But anyway, about that standing desk, I've been contemplating for a while on getting one, because I think just sitting down on my ass all day trying to record this footage is not really helping, because not only does it hurt it so much, and sometimes I can like sweat a lot of times just playing these games. So being up on my feet would honestly kind of help, and it would also like burn a little bit of extra calories. You know what I'm saying? And you know me, guys. I tried to be a fitness influencer a while back. It just really didn't pan out. But I don't know. If you really do want me to bring back the fitness content and whatnot, as I talk about it and just miss that field goal, yeah, let me know in the comments if I should bring back that fitness account. I would totally be down to bring that back and collab with some like local fitness influencers. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a nice cutback for nicely. 3 minutes left at the 4th quarter. We're about to walk away with another win against BYU. But enough of the whole controversy. Enough of that standing desk issue. Let's get locked in to finish this game, as it's going to be 2:20 left in the 4th quarter, and we're pretty much just going to end this. Ooh, okay. That was a good move there by Treston McMillan. He's going to get up to the 3-yard line. And I totally think that one more touchdown is going to ice the game. Or one more field goal is going to ice the game. Treadway! He got it! Let's go! And we're up 38-13, and yeah, that's going to do it. We're going to walk away with a W. And you know what? To hell with it. We'll take a field goal. On 2nd down, I'm just literally messing around with the playbook. We're just going to kick the field goal, put up more points on the board, and just give it to them and just ice this game. Because why not? We're gonna rub it into BYU's skin here by a score of 41-13. And we got a commitment because of that. We got Jamie Zambrano off at that visit, and we got more top fives to work with, so we'll set up some more visits. Going into conference play, and there's the team that kicked us out. Kent State. The team that kicked us out of the conference championship. And, okay, Gunther did drop to Penn State. And he has a week 12 visit scheduled. So we are definitely going to have to stack up as many comments as we possibly can with him and Miami of Ohio. I mean, we have to get a blowout win at some point. Okay, so you know what we should do? I think we should try and... Okay, so his deal breaker is proximity to home, but his pitch is Star Search. But what other pitch gives him the better grades? We would want to pair him with this deal breaker, though. So let's see what we can sway on. That has proximity to home. It can't be football influencer. It's not conference legend. Star Search is the ideal. Like, okay, yeah. If you have Star Search, with a deal breaker being proximity to home, you cannot sway on anything else here. You just have to say screw it, accept the hard sell, and just run away with it. But Colt Nicholson's ready to go, and he is the final visit for Miami of Ohio. We're going to lock that visit up and get him on for a hard sell. Because he is a 4-star, so we might as well just lock him up. And we got our first commitment with Jamie Zambrano at right tackle. And he has a commitment with either Akron or Central Michigan. But if we check over his overview, he has 3 other offers, so we should get him on earlier. So let's get him on for the Akron game. And so, to my surprise, nobody dropped. And I'm pretty sure we got every single visit correct. And we did get clocked in correct with Alex Cisco. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So as we get more commits near towards the bottom of the board, we will be able to try and focus on our gems a little bit more. As we get into Kent State, which I'm pretty sure did regress since their conference title appearance. Which I believe Toledo did win last year. Which I can't look up the archives of the season, last season, but we're definitely going to have to sim past Kent State. Because we did play our 2 non-conference games, so we might as well just play 1 conference game and figure this out here. So let's see. We did beat Kent State. Huge. We got our revenge. And we got our get back. So Ball State's up next. Who are currently 1-4. Okay, Gunter. We're getting close to the Miami of Ohio game. And I'm pretty sure we'll be in a recruiting battle with him. So let's take a look. And we are correct with Colt Nicholson. And Greg Trahan is ready to go. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to get him on for the Toledo game. We're pretty much just going to dump any other visits that are not compliments with the Toledo game. And just try and get like 2 and 2 together and figure it out. So he's clocked in. We know that. Okay, Kenyon Lobato drops to Minnesota and Georgia Southern. So we might as well just put the extra hours on him. And we got to figure out who's comfortable. Okay, Delaware did drop out in the race for Thomas Carney. So we're going to drop his cell real quick. And we'll leave him in first. What about Finau Dingle? Okay. He has no visit with Toledo. But we will get a hard sell on him to seal him up. And then Nick Cleveland. Okay, he already had a visit, but Central Michigan is pulling away with him. Carl Kuhn, we got correct. Syracuse and Temple still have their offers. Priester, we're still fighting with Miami. And Greg Trahan, we just put on a visit. And then Nicholson is fine. Cisco, and of course Gunter. Okay, so we got to try and lock up one of these guys down here. And Lobato is going to want to hit his top 3 eventually. So you know what? We'll put the other 5 hours on him. We'll put the extra 15 and we'll see if he rises. As we get into Ball State. Yeah, similar overall to the Kent State game. But we were on the road for that game as well. But let's check the finals. See where we are. We are 4-0. And, okay, it was 24-3. So our defense really did put a beating on them. I mean, we're definitely going to have to take a look at Utah. And we are definitely going to have to look at the consideration between Miami of Ohio or Toledo as our final playing game. Because we did just play 2 of the first 3 games. So, if we play Miami of Ohio, we will have sim 3 before we sim 5 down the line. But if we play Toledo, we would ensure a conference win, pretty much, because of how solidly we've been playing. But if we play against Miami of Ohio and get a blowout, we would be one step closer to landing our number 2 ranked recruit in the state of New York, which is part of our challenges list. So, I don't know. We'll sim ahead past Ball State. And then once we get to Miami of Ohio or Toledo, then we'll decide. Okay, we got a top 3 with Cisco, Stewart, and Stubbs, but let's see if we won. We've lost to Ball State. It was a game-winning field goal. A game-winning field goal. And they had more total offense, even though Ball State did have 2 turnovers, and they threw 2 interceptions. They kicked 2 field goals in the 4th quarter, including the game winner. It's Sims for you. And we're going to get into Utah, just hoping that we can beat them on their home turf. But they have an 84 overall defense, which, again, will be tough, but our defense should stack up in the competition. We need to beat Utah. Otherwise, we won't be in a recruiting battle for Jeremy Gunter. And then Alex Stewart's ready for a visit, which will use up all of our hours at this point. And he has a compliment with Greg Trahan. And his only reveal is his deal breaker, so I guess we will keep him on tap. And then Paul Stubbs is finally ready to go, and he's going to be the compliment, for the Toledo game, and he'll be the final one. Okay, Glenn Priester, Miami, jumped up on him. How ridiculous. But we did pack on the hours for Lobato, and it's starting to work a little bit. So you know what? We will pitch a hard sell on Kenyon Lobato and hope it works. Okay, let's see. Okay, Carl Kuhn, it looks to be comfortable. So we'll take the hours off of him real quick. And then we'll give it more to Glenn Priester, who dropped a little bit. No, we don't want a soft. We want a hard. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're definitely going to have to win and beat Utah if we want any chance of doing anything, because these MAC conference sims will be huge despite everything. We're going to have to play either Miami of Ohio, which has Jeremy Gunter, or Toledo. But we'll see. And yeah, we ended up losing Gunter to Penn State, even though we did beat Utah. So Gunter really did like Penn State. So yeah, there's no challenge there this time around. And Alex Stewart dropped to BYU. Okay, yeah, makes sense because he has no hours. But we'll fix that right away. Okay, Maryland's starting to catch up, so we need to put a sell on him. You know what? Let's just put a soft on him. We'll save some hours that way. And we're going to end up getting into the Miami of Ohio game. So if we win that one, we're going to land everybody except for Gunter. And all the visits on here are scheduled, except for our top 3 gems that are right up here that are all 3 stars. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-stars still on the table, one of which being second, which is Miami. So if we win against Miami of Ohio, we blow them out, there's a good chance we can get Priester. But we also have some visits with the Toledo game in Week 10, which can get us Trahan, Stubbs, and Alex Stewart, who is also in second, but he is in his top 5. So with Week 8, we can get Cisco, we can get Nicholson, we can get Priester, and that's it here, because Gunter dropped out. So Miami of Ohio, do we play this one at home? I would like to firmly believe that we don't, considering that our only loss so far was on the road, and it's not worth playing for anymore because our recruit ended up getting bowed out. So it's not really worth playing anymore. So we'll get into Toledo, and we'll get into Miami of Ohio and sim that, and then we'll play Toledo because there's worth more to be playing for. Okay, we did get the commits. Okay, we definitely beat Toledo. We got Alex Sisso. We got Colt Nicholson. We definitely beat Toledo. We definitely should have beat Toledo. And we got the recruiting battle with Miami. The influence got him. We beat Miami of Ohio. Let's go. And we're going to get into Akron, who are 5-3. Okay. And we are at home this time for this one. So, again, we should win this one. And with our 6th win, we are currently bowl eligible, which is amazing to think about. So we got 2 4-stars right off rip, in a corner and a strong safety, which really help our DB's core. And Stewart did jump up in first place, and he's looking for the Toledo game. So is Paul Stubbs. So is Greg Trahan. And Priester, with the Week 8 influence, forced us into a recruiting battle with Miami. So we got to pull any sways possible to try and jump him. And playing time is his deal breaker. So you know what? We should sway the clutch because of that C- grade. Yep, we should sway that, and then we should soft sell on his current pitch because of the deal breaker. And then Carl Kuhn is in first place. But yeah, Temple and Syracuse are catching up, so we need to put the cells on him. And it is aspirational goals. Okay, and then we are still fine on Antwine, Byard, and Freeland. So we're still fine on all three of them. And then Cleveland is jumping up on Central Michigan, so we're going to have to try and get a better influence on him. Okay, we'll put 50 on him. And then we have the friends and family with Thomas Carney, so we should do a soft sell to give him 35. So everybody basically has 30 to 50 hours, depending on how things are. So we just got to keep on getting some wins here. And with our only loss being to Ball State on the road, we're looking pretty confident right now. And our final playing game for 27 is going to have to be against Toledo. So we'll see how things go against Akron. And we did get the commit with Nick Cleveland. Okay, perfect. And another one. Thomas Carney at wide receiver. Perfect. Perfect. We beat Akron. Let's go. Let's go. And we got all the confidence in the world going into Toledo. Perfect. So we got 2 more commits, but we got 2 drops. So we gotta hope. Okay, BYU did sneak up on us with the visit influence. So we have to blow out Toledo to force a recruiting battle. And then Priester, okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna lose Priester to Miami. The sway did not work. Yeah, we're gonna lose Glenn Priester. But we did get a right guard in Nick Cleveland, and we did get a wide receiver in Thomas Carney. So that's 2 more guys right there that committed. But then Kenya Lobato did jump up to second. We are currently in a recruiting battle right now in Minnesota. We'll put the DM to seal that off. And then we'll put the DM here to seal him. Give him 50. And then convert Paul Stubbs into a hard sell to seal that off. So everybody has 50. So now with the 100 hours left, we can do that. We can do that. And then we can do that. And we can focus up on our gems a little bit. So we're definitely going to have to get the win. Get Alex Stewart to jump up, as well as Paul Stubbs, and as well as Greg Trahan. We have 3 visits on tap for the Toledo game, which we are definitely going to have to play, and we're going to have to try and win. So Toledo is on tap here. Did we make the right decision? We did make the right decision, as we're going to get into Toledo and make this game our blackout game. So let's get into the game against Toledo, and let's seal up some recruits. Let's make this a blowout. Alright, my boy Marsky, you better be watching this, as your Buffalo Bulls are hungry for a blowout against Toledo, because there are some recruits in the house, and we need to feast here, boys. So let's get into it. See where the safety goes. Okay, safety drops, and it's off play action. McMillan goes up for a first down, and he gets it. Oh, Cure! Over the middle! Wide open! First down! Oh, yep. Yep, cut back inside. Another first down for Treston McMillan. See, now we're really starting to pick it up a little bit on offense. Treston McMillan's getting hot. And that's something we desperately need. Because we're just going to give it to Messiah Birch. Yep, get up. Let Cure get a block for you. Come on! Okay, we got first and goal. We just got to watch that man over Watkins. Okay, he probably would have went anyway. Good thing we handed it off to Birch. And he's got another touchdown. Oh! Let's go! Another turnover! Great catch there by Cure, but he's going to gain 7 on that. Dude, this defense is coming in huge moments. This is something I ever so desperately need. As we're going to find the right read over the top. That's Shea Williams! That's his first catch today! I'm telling you guys, if we keep on playing well here, we're going to keep every bit of talent possible. And we're going to get McMillan up to the first down marker. Okay, we're going to check out of this because it's on man coverage. So we're going to check out of the RPO real quick. Wide open hole. Let's go! McMillan! Dive on in for the score. Huge play to check out of. And we're going to be up 31-7. Up on Toledo. Okay, they did get the touchdown plus the 2 points, so we want to keep within blowout distance here against the Rockets. We just gotta score another one. Okay, yep, they set the blitz. It was picked up. We got a wide open running lane for McMillan. He's got another first down. Yep. Ah! 90 get the sack, but okay, we got the field goal. It's gonna be up the middle too, so we can kick it square. Easily up the middle. 34-15 up on Toledo. Very scoregami-like, and we got another interception. Absolutely huge for this team. Okay, huge block got picked up. But good news is McMillan has another first down, nearing the 2-minute warning, and we're just gonna let it run down. Yeah, and McMillan is getting tired a little bit. So you know what? We're going to take him out. And eventually we're going to have to take him out. And then we're going to put in Jonathan Fries to be our quarterback. And, yeah, see? He just got sacked. So it's Jonathan Fries' turn. He'll take over as starting quarterback, and he'll have to drop a dime to somebody, hopefully. Actually, he'll take off with his feet. Jonathan Fries! Touchdown! And that's the 40 bomb. And we gotta hope that impresses all of our recruits. Come on, Toledo. Why you gotta ruin everything? They ruined a really good 40 bomb right here. So, you know what? We're gonna check the angle smash. And then we'll check both receivers and press to fades. And we'll see where the safeties go. Okay, nope. The corners played zone. Which means Fries is gonna have to take off and run. But you know what? That's gonna be it anyway. We're gonna come away with a 19-point win over Toledo, 41-22. And let's just hope that with that victory, we made our recruits happy. Eastern Michigan is in the top of the conference at 4-0. But guess what? We're going to jump up on Toledo with the loss, and we got to hope that Eastern Michigan loses. Because they are currently 4-0 in conference play. So we got to beat Eastern Michigan, and we can't lose again. And we got to hope that Eastern Michigan loses. And we did get Greg Trahan, as well as Finau Dingle. Wait, we didn't get the others? We ended up losing Stewart to BYU. Although Paul Stubbs did get the influence risen. And we have a bunch of our 3-stars down below who are in top 3s and top 5s. But good news is, with Paul Stubbs, we are in good shape with him. And we did get Greg Trahan to commit, which is huge. Now we're getting the 6-4 UMass. How did UMass get to 6-4? And unfortunately, we lost Stewart to BYU. Did get 3 of the 6 4-stars that we had on our board. And we hope to get more come the transfer portal. You know what? We should try and pull a sway on Kenyon Lobato just cause. And then we finally got to visit with Brian Freeland. And he is a compliment with Dingle. We are pretty much in business with everybody else here. We got 3-star gems who are all 3 of them which are in first place. So you know what? I think we should now go for like a 3 or 4-star recruit with open recruiting. Okay, wide receiver Ryan Kenoy out of Nebraska has no offers on the table. So yeah, oh, but he's a gadget receiver. So we could potentially move him over to running back. So I think we should take the chance on him. And then we got Kari Myers. Only offer is not on the board right now. So we could potentially take him as a contact seeker at running back. And then we also have Christian Swoop, who isn't open. And we also have Quincy Prince, who's a physical route runner. We got more guys to look after now. Now that some commits are going to be on the board. So we have 2 4-star running backs, or 3 stars, but they are at least first interested. So we'll just offer them up all scholarships. And you know what? We'll scout the 2 running backs to see where they are. And then we got to hope the scholarships raise up their interest on the 3 stars. So that'll be it right there. It's a good thing we chose Toledo. Wait, did we actually lose? Okay, we're good. We're good. We did beat UMass. It was just no other updates. Okay, what was even the final on that? Was it even a close game? Okay, it wasn't even close. We beat them 38-17, so we can't let up against these 2 here. Okay, yeah, you go figure. Eastern Michigan lost 2 straight conference games, and we're now at the top of the conference. And it's looking like we're going to have to play Ball State in the conference championship. We have Jonathan Fries, who ended up playing in 2 games, but he has no passing touchdowns. He is 63% completion, but it was just in a backup role. But Tristan McMillan, 16 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, and he already has 2,139 yards passing. But it's been our rushing with this guy. 526 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. And then Dominic Nicely did play in 8 games. And then Messiah Birch played in all 10 games. But let's see the receiving. Okay, Dwayne Early leads the pack with 539 receiving yards. And Jeremiah Watkins, 459. And then Ryder Treadway with 258. But Treadway did have 3 touchdowns. Same goes for Shea Williams. But Lincoln Cure only had 1 touchdown. So we really want to get this guy involved a little bit more. And then Dwayne Early had 3 touchdowns of his own. So really it's been the running game. So now we got to get into Central Michigan. And obviously we're going to have to keep up with the recruiting here. So Nathan Byard finally got a visit open. But problem is we can't do any visits. We got to do pitches. And the sway did not work. Unfortunate. So we're going to have to do a hard sell. No, not that one. It's standard bearer. Okay, so with our 100 hours left, let's see if we could scout any of these guys here. Okay, let's do the free safety. And he ends up being a gem. Wow, another hidden gem in the rough here. We'll give friends and family to you, and then that'll really be it here. I mean, we'll partially scout the one defensive tackle with the rest of our hours, but that's really all it came down to. Now we have 4 3-star gems to worry about. That's really impressive that we found the hidden gem with Jared O'Neal as we get into Central Michigan. And we did get a commit with Carl Kuhn. And let's see. Okay, Swope and we lost Lobato. Even though we did beat Central Michigan. And there it is! We got our first rank! We're in the top 25. Let's go. We got your boy Marski's team in the top 25. So he lost one of our 4-star running backs. So we are definitely going to have the other. But Kenyon Lobato, we ended up losing to Minnesota. It was a ditch effort, but it's a tough loss there. We did get another commit with Carl Kuhn. We'll put him up here. And then we did lose Lobato. We got locked out by Swope too, so we are definitely going to have the other quarterback. So let's finish scouting the rest of these guys here. Dukes is in his tough... Okay, Penn State offer him. Why Penn State? So he's not even a gem either, so we gotta put a hard sell at least on him. And his deal breaker is conference prestige, so it's not gonna be gamer, I know that. It could be standard bearer, but I think it's conference legend. Oh, and Stanford offered him. Okay. Stanford ended up offering Kari Myers, but we need to put some hours and interest in him in order to really stand out from the crowd here. So you know what? And we'll take that out, and then we'll DM him and give him interest as we get into the final game of the season against Western Michigan. We cannot let this be another loss late in the season. We gotta go 11-1 if we want any shot at the conference title, as we got Brian Freeland and another one with Jaden Antwine. So we got a couple of our gems right there, but we did end up losing Glenn Pritchett at quarterback. So tell me, let's go! We finished as the 22nd ranked team in the nation and a conference title berth against Toledo. So we're gonna get our get back against the Rockets. Perfect statement right there. So we got a 3-star gem, Brian Freeland, and we got another 3-star gem with Jaden Antwine at tight end. And then Jared O'Neal, our gem at safety, is ready to go. But the problem is he has nothing revealed. So we could just do that. And I think we know where it is. It's going to be aspirational. We could guess it off rip. And you know what? We have enough hours. We should just send the house right here and now on Kari Myers. We did lose Glenn Pritchett. Okay, we got the sell wrong. It's going to be aspirational goals. Damn it, that sucks bad. Alright, so we got 10 commits up to this point, including 4 4-stars and 2 gems at 3-star. And we have 2 more gems up on the rise. So we have to keep locked in. And we gotta win our conference championship if we want any chance. But, hold up. Let's see. Nah, I think we're gonna be fine. I think we'll be fine coming out of the transfer portal. Because we got 10 commitments and we have 8 high scores to worry about. And if we get more commits down the line, which we do, we got Paul Stubbs at 4-star Mike. So we got another 4-star to our tally, and then we ended up losing our last shot at quarterback to Penn State. Yeah, we did end up getting Kari Williams his interest as he got his top 8, and then we got Missouri and Stanford to worry about. He is our shot to get a 4-star running back as we get into our conference championship game against Toledo. So there it is. We got a 4-star Mike Backer. That's our 4th 4-star commit. And we lost John Dukes to Penn State, unfortunately. And then we will give these hours to him. And then Grimm is ready to go for pitches. But Texas just offered him. So we know what his case is going to be. Aspirational goals. And then Kari Myers did jump up to first place. And then, you know what? We'll just keep Sendehouse on tap here. And then Jared O'Neal. Yeah, he's comfortable. And then Nathan Byard, we got to close out too. But we have 11 commits right now. It's huge for this program. The more high school commits we ended up locking up, the more hours we could potentially save up and earn during the transfer portal period. And we are the 22nd ranked team in the nation. And as we manage our staff here, and our defensive coordinator went up in prestige, and obviously our head coach went up in prestige. So we're going to keep our coordinators. We're not going to risk firing them and losing our coach prestige, because some of them recruits here have prestige cases for our coach prestige. So if you see our overalls right now, we are an 84 overall right now with an 81 offense and an 89 ranked defense. So we really just need to lock in and focus up on the offensive side of the ball during the transfer portal. We need to get better weapons. We need to get better line with our hours going to come the portal. So that's really what we need to focus on. And for the first time in this rebuild, we are in Ford Field for the conference championship against Toledo. It's the Bulls against the Rockets in a conference title right now would make Marsky very proud. And you know what? Even if we don't make the playoff here, I'm perfectly fine with a conference title added to our resume. Because a conference title added to our resume means that it will be absolutely massive for this program's redevelopment. Yep, get it blocked from Nicely. Oh, I just realized Dominic Nicely's back in the game. Thank you for putting up a block on him. And it's huge. And we also got Ryder Treadway back. That is absolutely massive. We're going to run up for McMillan. We're going to get him back for another 2 more years as he develops. Yep, get out. And up. We'll be running a lot with our quarterback throughout this rebuild. And if I'm being honest, Treston McMillan's by far one of the best running quarterbacks I've used since A.J. Brand. So having him around was massive. And if we can keep Lincoln Cure around with his championship contender deal breaker, that will be massive as well. Oh, don't step out of bounds, Dominic. Wait, is that... Okay, we got DPI. That is huge. Oh, ref, get your ass out of my face. Okay, so we got first and goal from the half-yard line, so we can sneak it in with McMillan.
Nope.
Unless we get stopped. Are you kidding me? We get stopped again. What is going on? Come on. We gotta get it in here. We do. Okay, thank you, Treston McMillan. He's got himself a touchdown. And they get themselves one to tie it up. Are you serious? Yep. Come on, Nicely. Get your blocks. All right, we got 3 there on 3rd down.
Get over here!
There was nothing open for the run back. Okay, they punted it right back. Okay, we're getting Ryder Treadway involved. That's why we picked you up, buddy. We're getting you involved. And you know what? We're going to let it run down. Yeah, just get away from him, Dominic. All right, we got 2nd. I really do want to get Lincoln Cure something here because I do love hitting my tight ends. Okay. Yep, wide open. Run after catch. Lincoln Cure. Let's go. First down and 10. Come on. Get out in the open. 5. Touchdown! Buffalo! Are you serious right now, Toledo? You really are going to be as feisty as you are. Yep. Get downfield! Oh, I got the hand in. Come on. Now, 3rd down and 7. I really did look for that deep shot, but there's nothing there to be found. Come on, come on. Get upfield. Everybody's dropped back so far deep. Slide! All right, we got the first down. Okay, safeties are matched up, which means we're going to have to run it here, and we don't get it? What the hell? All right, well, 3rd and inches. You know what? We're going to change it up here. We're going to go halfback base and hopefully get it here on 3rd and inches. Yep. Thank goodness we got that. I swear to God. They keep on pressing with their corners. Like, I swear. It's not even funny. If one of them gets beat and a safety's not... Okay, yeah, they played zone. Never mind. We'll just give it to Ryder Treadway. We're going to let him do his thing. And if you recall correctly, Ryder Treadway was a former Toledo Rocket, so this will be a huge game for him if we can get him involved a lot more and have him take home a conference title.
Huh?
Oh, what the hell, Toledo? You really are being that scummy, aren't you? Calling timeouts when we didn't even hurry up. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Alright, come on. Come on. Nope. Nope, Treadway's not open. We'll just take off of McMillan and get into the end zone. Okay, that punt right there was huge.
Nope.
Oh my God! I wanted to hit the flood, but he stepped out in front of him and made an insane lurk. And they scored before the second half. So now they're going to have a chance to score again once they get the ball back. And we have no shot to get the Hail Mary off.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, we had no shot to get the Hail Mary off. And that's the same guy that picked up that lurk interception. Good thing they did kick a field goal. Good thing they did kick the field goal. That's fine. Why am I so shocked that Dominic Nicely is moving as slow as he is right now? And he had it right in his hands and he just dropped it. Yep. He got him beat deep. Come on! He got it! Beat that feet! Oh, so close. Oh, it would have been another great beat that feet chant for Dwayne Early, but the problem is he got caught. So, we can't do it. Honestly, we should have did it earlier. Okay, Watkins looks like he's in cover, but he is going to be any second. Yep, they drop back the backer. So, let's get a block and another touchdown run for Tristan McMillan. He cannot be stopped. Okay, perfect. We got a punt force, so we need to extend the lead if we want the best chance possible. Yep. We got the DB lacking. Move forward. First down. Oh. Break off a tackle, Dominic. Oh, no! Lincoln Cure is hurt. Okay, at least we still have Kamari Smith on board. Come on. Oh, what a grab! And, okay. It's Fries' time. It's Jonathan Fries' time to step in and take over for Tristan McMillan because he got hit as he threw. Okay, set the blitz. But good news is Lincoln Cure is back in the game. Plowed through him! He got the touchdown! Let's go, Lincoln Cure! I knew you were the toughest man on the field. Able to fight your way through injuries and still pick it up. Okay, but the bad news is that Toledo's trying to be as pesky as they are. Okay, good news for McMillan is that he's back in the game, so we can't let anything up here with him. Okay, never mind on that play. He just got blown up. You know what? We'll sub in Fries because McMillan's really starting to get some heat, which means he'll step up and run. At least get the first down for him. All right, we're making a QB change. Now we got Jonathan Fries in. Oh, that was a bad ball for Shea Williams. Okay. Ooh, way to bounce off of tacklers. I think he did get the first down. Okay, that's their first timeout. And it is the... Yeah, he did get the first down. And it is the fourth quarter, so we'll be fine. Okay, that's their second timeout. Now we just want to run down their timeouts and just pick up another first down if possible. So it's 2nd and 6. Okay, you know what? We got to hope that Early beats him deep or Williams beats him deep. The second high safety is more towards the right side. Okay. Oh, shit. That can't be it right there. Open. First down. Dwayne Early. Use your final timeout. That is absolutely massive. That will lead us toward our first conference championship in this rebuild. Okay, 3rd down and you know what? We'll let this run down to the 2-minute warning. Alright, that's the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd down and 9. If we want to pick up the 1st down, we're going to have to run all goes. And we got to find Lincoln Cure over the top, possibly. Yep, blitz came. Lincoln Cure! Oh, you sealed the throw! What are you doing, Jonathan? Alright. We got to hope for the defense. And we have all 3 of our timeouts. Alright, we did kick the field goal to make it 38-32, but the only thing is, it's a 6-point game. So we gotta hope the defense can rally. What the hell is wrong with you, Toledo? You made the dumbest decision ever. So we basically just won the conference title game off of Toledo's stupid decision to kick a field goal. And they trusted that they recovered the onside kick. That is absolutely absurd. But hey, we'll take a conference championship and we'll add it to our resume for this rebuild. Nah, player of the game has to go to, I'd say, Treston McMillan. He carried this team in scoring, and there's the team, and there's the trophy. For 2027, we are MAC Conference champions. So now, what we can do is see what our bowl game is. And TCU's Keelan Russell won the Heisman Trophy, so that's a interesting sight to see. And we drew Clemson in the GameAbove Sports Bowl. Is this one of the worst draws we've ever had? Because Clemson's 7-5, and they are an 89 overall team. This is absolutely absurd. How did we draw Clemson in the GameAbove Sports Bowl? Honestly, this does not make any sense here. Honestly. So even if we take a loss to Clemson, it probably wouldn't matter. Because it's freaking Clemson. Like, alright. So, we're back here at Ford Field for the GameAbove Sports Bowl. But we may have drawn possibly the worst draw ever, as we are going to get in the game against Clemson. That's a great kick. All the way downfield, and we're going to get within 7. And we're going to get the ball back, so that's perfectly fine with me.
Not in my house.
I swear, freaking 65. It's so damn big.
Get over
Oh
here!
my freaking god. Why is our line not holding up? They have 6 sacks. I mean, can't even take off and run. And nothing's getting open. They sent everybody, but that means that Watkins is going to get open. Just don't fumble. All right, you know what? We're going to hurry it up here. Wasn't a good look for Clemson there. Again, they're sending everybody, which means Watkins is going to be so wide open. They've been sacked so much that they think you can just rush everybody and miss a chance on getting open. You know what? If we take advantage and hurry up. Okay, they finally drop back, which means we can finally take off. Alright, do not let Lincoln Cure drop that. And we're up to the 11, and that's one of their guys. Okay, that's big 49. Alright, we did get 3 there with Lincoln Cure. Upfield! McMillan! Touchdown! That's gonna tie the game. We're even at 17 apiece. Come on, we just need to get a stop. And we do get a stop. But the problem is, it's at the 5-yard line. So yeah, now we just gotta give it. We just gotta give it. Yeah, we had to give it and gain 5. It was the only way to really gain anything. We weren't going read option. We weren't going the pass route. We were just giving it. Okay, Treadway had such a high ball. Okay, we were able to pick up the 1st down there with Treadway. And for once, I'm not going to throw the cross screen. I'm actually going to look for Lincoln Cure on the crossing route. We got it! Let's go! That kind of threw him off a little bit. How did... Okay, we actually dropped the screen pass. That's actually fine. That's fine, because if we caught it, that would mean it would be a loss of yardage. Okay, that was actually a beautiful ball for Cam Anthony. That's a 1st down. Okay. Oh, I'm surprised that was such a bad ball. But Lincoln Cure is able to hold it in. Oh, get off him! Get off that man! Get off him! When I say he's the toughest guy on the field, he's the toughest guy on the field. For a really good reason, too. Okay. And we're going to dot up Wade early for the touchdown. and go up 24-17. Okay, we are going into the fourth quarter up 7. And you know what? I could probably see why Clemson is 7-5 in the ACC. Because they've been choking these games so damn hard. And you know what? Since McMillan's getting tired, we gotta put in Jonathan Fries. We have to. And it's a rib issue. And we just dotted up Lincoln Cure on 2nd and 15. And we were able to get the first. But you know what this means now? We're going to take out McMillan. And we're putting in our 4-star, Jonathan Fries. We're giving him some exposure. Because the more exposure he gets, the more development that he'll end up picking up over time. And the more development he gets, the higher overall he'll end up being in the end. So we're going to have to hope to hit Cure or Birch. Yep. Messiah Birch. First down. Off the pass from Fries. Oh. Jesus. Okay. Ooh, DPI! No shots! Okay, ref, just get your ass out of my face already, I swear. Lincoln Cure! Over the middle! First down! Okay, the corner is literally playing like 10 yards off the ball on early, which means we're just gonna give it to the flat and hope that Cam Anthony can pick up the first down, which he does. Alright, Lincoln Cure. Oh, what a cut! Great move there by Lincoln Cure to get to the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1. And it will be tough to run through these D tackles, but we at least got our fullback, Dawson, here to help provide a block, which he won't. Yeah, you know what? Let's make them use their final timeout. And we'll kick the field goal to go up by 10. Yeah, we'll kick our field goal. We'll go up by 10. And we'll make them have another possession. Hopefully we'll have them recover the onside. They didn't do anything! And we're back up to the 5, so potentially another first down to ice the game. Yep. Okay, it is 2nd and 1, so another first down will definitely seal it. Oh, he got a block! We're gonna beat Clemson! Let's go! I'm sorry, Jeffrey Overton, you're my man and all, but we're gonna beat you in Clemson 27-17 and possibly get our biggest bowl win in the history of this rebuild series. So we're gonna go into 2028 winning a conference championship and hopefully with a bowl win against a high prestige team. And who won the national championship? It was the Florida Gators over Tennessee in the Natty to win it all 55-17, beating teams like Alabama, Duke, and even Nebraska, our old school. And an honorable mention goes to TCU out of the Big 12 for getting the 3 seed in a 50-48 win over Louisville, but unfortunately falling to Tennessee 48-42. An absolutely great bracket though. And with that coach prestige, we can now go into the 2028 transfer portal and potentially pick up some more guys. And we do finish as the 19th ranked team in the entire nation. So let's see the players leaving. Okay, pretty much everybody to pro potential. And okay, why coach prestige though? And we have 6 persuasions to focus up on. So we're gonna have to try and convince no, not Colin Clements, Shea Williams. No, Dominic Nicely, we don't want to pick up another running back. No, we're gonna lose him. Okay, but we do have Lincoln Cure and Kamari Smith, so we don't have to try and persuade the tight end. So let's see, Colin Clements. No. Thomas Barr. No. Oh wait, Tony Gunn at running back. No, really? We're gonna lose him? What about Jason Pope? No. Okay, so we're gonna basically lose everybody this year. Are there holes to fill in the transfer portal? Yes, absolutely. But not as bad as we thought. Okay, so Corey Myers finally reached his top 5. And if we can get a 4-star running back at a high school in the transfer portal, that would be absolutely sick. And we got 675 hours to do it. As we did go up to a full 2-star prestige. But hold on, before we do anything, let's see if there's any 4-stars that we could go after and pick up. So no Elijah Brown, no Sagapolis LA, no Bryce Baker, no AJ Brent, who actually went to Coastal Carolina, just like we did in our actual rebuild. No Julian Duggar. But there's Cortez Capps, who's a dual threat freshman out of Tennessee. So we could have a chance to pick him up and give him competition. There's also Bryce Everett out of Ohio State. Let's see running backs. Oh, wait, AJ Source is no longer there. Oh, Usman Chroma from the Nebraska rebuild. I don't know, from the Kansas rebuild. He'll be a huge pickup, Usman Chroma. That would be huge. What about any 4-stars? Okay, the only one there is Steven Hearns. He was a speedster from Ohio State, so we can get him. Is there any tight ends or offensive line? No tight ends. Okay, we could get Ezekiel Cherry from Houston to be our right tackle. What about guards? There's Lester Kozar, center. No, edges. Okay, Derek Simmons from Marshall. He would be a huge pick up there. Edge, and then D tackles. Okay, for D tackles, there's 2 of them. Kevin Wynn and Murad Watson. So we might as well just favorite them and get them to come to us. And then we have offensive outside linebackers. Nothing. Mikes. Nothing. Corners. Ben Hanks Jr. Huge pickup. Huge. If we can get him, that would be a steal. About 3. You know what? Let's go back to the 4-stars. Okay, so we got Cortez Caps. Usman Chroma is definitely going to have to be a massive favorite. Send the house on him. And then we have Ben Hanks Jr. He's going to be another favorite. So, you know what? We could do the 40 on him. Okay, we wanted to make sure that there was hours on everybody. So we sent the house on anybody that didn't have any initial interest. And we'll keep things the way they are right now. Because we're going to go after the 3-stars in the transfer portal a lot later on. But before that, let's see the draft results. Okay, Xavier Brown was our first-round draft pick. Absolutely massive. So to get talent developer, we need 2 first-round draft picks. But Xavier Brown, we were extremely lucky to get him to go in the first round. I mean, if we would have gotten Coy Parrish, we would have done the same thing. Okay, so we got to commit on Nathan Byard. Absolutely massive. Okay, so updated our 4-stars real quick. So we had the positions the way they are. And we got 180 hours back off that commit. And he was a gem, so we are going to put him up at the top there. And everybody else pulled their offer for Kari Myers because we have Usman Chroma, who is in 3rd right now. And we do have a visit ready to go. So we'll put him on for Jared O'Neal. You know what? We're going to just shoot our shot right away because he's got Miami on his belt. So we'll just shoot our shot right away. That is going to be the clutch. And we're just going to shoot our shot right away. Conference Prestige playing style. So it's got to be not gamer, but standard bearer. Actually, no. We will do a soft sell here. And then just give him friends and family. Because we want to be able to find it here. So it's got to be either gamer or standard bearer. Either one of the 2. But I'm pretty sure it is going to be standard bearer. If it's not one, it's got to be the other. So we'll just give him friends and family on top of that for extra influence. Derek Simmons is ready to go. And we'll put him on for week 4. We do have 100 more hours. So you know what? I think we should just take the shots on everybody here. And we can do a soft sell here. Coach stability, playing style, so it's got to be the clutch. And then again, we will just hope for commits down the line. And he has the week 2 visit. So does Ben Hanks, who also has the week 2 visit. We got Derek Simmons on for week 4 visit. And so we just got to hope that by weeks 3 and 4, we'll have to go for some extra holes to fill with 3-star transfers. Because really, we're taking this time in the portal to shoot our shot with our 4-star transfers at this point. Okay, Ben Hanks jumped up, so we did end up getting it right. Huge. But as for Chroma, we did not get it right. So, and we got Derek Simmons right. Then Lester Kozar. And we got the compliment with Chroma, so we want to get as much compliments on as possible. Championship contender is the only one that's been revealed, so we could have to get him on for primetime player more than likely. We got 2 DTs, so I do feel like that Kevin Wynn is going to have to be the guy to schedule the visit with, because, I mean, okay, but Murad Watson is cheaper. So you know what, let's schedule Murad Watson. We got to get these guys off set in the house if we want any chance at landing any sells here. So you know what, let's do soft sells. Okay, so championship contender is the only one, and it's not primetime player with Ezekiel Cherry, because brand exposure is off the table for him, so it's got to be aspirational. But it's got to be aspirational, because the playing time is not a deal breaker. Championship contender is. So anything to do with playing time. You know what? Let's try and see if it's star search, because the grades are there with this guy. So we need to hope that we gotta land these cells here. with each and every one of these guys here. And it is only week 2 of the portal after all. So, you know what? Let's actually start looking for some 3 stars that could possibly be interested. So, starting off with getting a center. Okay, we can't get this guy, LaFele from Hawaii, but he's a junior. So, you know what? We'll take that. And then we'll go to BYU and get a speed rusher. And, let's get one more guy that we can offer a scholarship for. And let's get it done at, quarterback. And let's get, Jamison Sism from North Texas. We just gotta keep our fingers crossed that we do get some of our high scores to commit, so we can gain some more hours back. And we gotta hope that we can land with all of ourselves. And we did get Jared O'Neal. Absolutely perfect. Okay, we still got Chroma. We did lose Derek Simmons, though. And we also lost Lester Kosar. Okay, Usman Chroma's in 3rd, but Auburn's gonna jump up on him. And then Ezekiel Cherry thinks he's gonna be taking the playing time. And because of the commit of Jared O'Neal, our 3-star gem, okay, Chroma is in 3rd behind Auburn. Okay, Auburn has the visit. So it is going to have to be Kari Myers who's going to take charge. So we're going to have to get a 3-star transfer at running back. And we got to get somebody with no offers here who's still at first interested. Okay, there's Darius Bettis from Sam Houston. There's also Gabe Spann, who's a freshman with no offers. So we might as well get Gabe Spann. Or there's Marvis Parrish, who's a sophomore from UTEP. We could try and swipe him. We'll take Gabe Spann off the board. And we're also going to need a kicker and punter. Okay, at least these guys have no offers here. So we'll take the one from Syracuse who's a power kicker as a freshman. And then the punter, we'll take Cole Bostic with no offers. He's a freshman, so we can develop him. But we are going to need a couple more of these positions, so I'll do. Let's see who is more productive out of the portal as a lower grade. Okay, so there is Caleb Benning as a junior. There's John Slaughter as a junior. There's Isaac Putassi as a sophomore. I think we may have to go get Putassi. And then free safety. Hey, Coy Beasley from Toledo wants out, and he's a junior. But he has no offers. Okay, so we could offer him and give him something to work for. And then we need another Mike linebacker. Oh, but we're also going to need another corner. Oh, wait, we can get Colin Clements back. Hold on, let's see what other corners are there. I may take away some of my linemen. Yeah, there's not a lot of corners. Okay, so I think we're fine the way they are. We got locked out by Kosar anyway. And we also got committed on by Simons. So you know what? That actually clears out our board a little bit. Okay, good thing we did get Ben Hanks right. And he is in a recruiting... Oh, my God. Miami. You're kidding me, Miami. Wait a second. We can sway on clocked in. We can try and get the sway off with clocked in. Okay, as for everybody else, we can convert everybody else, but I really don't think they're stopping anybody here. So Cortez Caps, we're definitely not gonna get him. Okay, Michigan State scheduled a week 4 visit with Stephen Hearn, so he's out. Tennessee, he does have a lot of influence though. So you know what? We could get the hard sell off, and then finally schedule that visit. We can convert Kevin Wynn into a hard sell. And he has the week 4 visit, so we may get a boost on him. So we could just send a house right away on Coy Beasley and get him away from Notre Dame. That leaves us with 230 hours. We got 50 hours on basically everybody here. Ezekiel Cherry is fighting, and he does have to visit me with Tennessee. And then Kevin Wynn, we may want to get to sell, so we could jump up and swipe him away from everybody. But the visit week is going to get him. Okay, so, and no other visits are going to help at all. Probably not. So we're going to have to try and get somebody else. So we are going to have to get a guard. Oh, we can get Chris Figna back. What was I thinking? We can get Figna back as a sophomore. We'll get a wideout as a weapon. Zachary Widener. I remember him. We can get him back. We can get him as a junior. We are going to need more edge guys. Okay, here's Clarence Stick as a freshman. So we might as well just develop him. We can get this guy from Southern Miss, or we can get this guy here from Boise. Okay, no. Let's get this guy from Southern Miss who's a freshman. And there's also Manny Bigsby from Virginia, but he's a freshman. Oh, Cameron Anthony. But he's already in his top 3. And Indiana already offered him a lot. And then Christian Daniels, I don't think he has any offers. We already have Mantrez Walker, but we are going to need someone like Tavion Wallace! I completely forgot about him. He has no offers. We might as well pursue Tavion Wallace. I completely forgot about him. So we'll offer him up and then send the house on him. And then we'll offer Zachary Widener, Clarence Stick, Elijah Sedoodle, and then we're gonna get Vigna back. We're gonna get Clemens. We already got him back. Okay. But Tavion Wallace, I completely forgot about him from our Arkansas rebuild. He was an absolute stud. I can't believe he hit the transfer market. I'm honestly quite shocked. Yeah, I think we should... No. I really don't think we should stick it out. I think we're probably going to end up losing Ben Hanks to Miami because of that visit week. But we are in first place ahead of him, so we might as well just keep selling him and just ride with it. Ezekiel Cherry has the visit week with Tennessee, but we don't know. We may lose him. And then Kevin Wynn, we're probably going to lose both of our D tackles. But we do at least have 2 defensive tackles on our board here. So at least our board's filled with a couple DTs. And we do have a couple 4-stars on the board, though, including a running back out of high school. And then hopefully Ben Hanks sticks with us. And hopefully any of our 4-stars here stick with us. But at least some 3-star transfers are going to come on board. Including, I mean, the only 2-stars that we should have on board are kickers and punters. Okay, so as long as we keep everybody in first place, because everybody has ours right now. As long as we keep everybody in first place, we should be able to get basically everybody. And we have 50 on everybody necessary. So let's see who we picked up in the portal. Okay, we got Willingham at DT. We got Kari Myers, huge pickup at 4-star running back. Okay, we got Yaboa. We got Asiata. We got System at quarterback. We got Sestoodle. We got LaFele, huge. We got Dion Waiters at center. We got Kevin Wynn at DT. Let's freaking go. Huge pickup. And we got Tavion Wallace as well. We also got Coy Beasley at free safety. We got Marvis Parrish at running back. We got our kicker. And we got our punter. Perfect. We got Putassi at strong safety. We got Chris Vigna back. Huge. We got Zachary Widener as another weapon at receiver. We got Clarence Stick. So yeah, we definitely lost Ben Hanks. Definitely. Yeah, he committed to Miami. So even though we kept the sell, he still ended up committing to Miami. We ended up losing Mantrez Walker to SMU. We lost Clemens ultimately to Penn State. And then Ben Hanks went to Miami. Unfortunate. So, and we lost Ezekiel Cherry to Tennessee as well. So all the 4-star transfers we failed to pick up. We at least got a board of 31 recruits on our board here. So let's see the top classes. We definitely had gotten worse since the last year. Yeah, 32 and then transfer class. Okay, we got the 13th ranked transfer class. And the only 4-star transfer we got was Kevin Wynn at defensive tackle, which was a positional need. And then overall was the 32nd ranked in the entire nation. I mean, we didn't get to check the recruiting class beforehand. But now let's get into the position changes and figure things out. So Jordan Thomas is still with us, and Tristan McMillan is still going to be with us. Kevin Wynn is here, and then Charles Lesser's here as well. So let's see. At quarterback, we're still going to have Tristan McMillan, and we got Jamison Sissom too, so we have 3 quarterbacks. At running back, we got Kari Myers at a 75 overall. True freshman with impact development, and then we have Marvis Parrish with normal. Barry Dennis is still here, and then Skukanic is here. And then wide receivers, we have Ryder Treadway still going into his senior season. We have Dwayne Early for his junior season. We have Zachary Widener with impact development going into his senior year. And a tight end, yes, we still have Lincoln Cure for his senior season. And then we have Kamari Smith. So we gotta hope to win the Natty before Lincoln Cure leaves. And then we have Kamari Smith still with Stephon Holiday. Jaden Antwine with star development as a freshman. And then Terrence Melvin. And Tristan McMillan as a junior becomes a 91 overall quarterback. So let's see. He takes the quarterback job. But Jonathan Fry is not far behind as a redshirt freshman with an 81 overall. So he'll more than likely be the guy to take over from McMillan once he leaves. And then wideouts. Actually, no. Let's see running backs first. Okay. Barry Dennis went up to a 77. Marvis Parrish is a 77 as well. Then Scoot Kennigan is a 71. So wideouts. We have Dwayne Early looking to take the #1 job over Renner Treadway, and then Xavier Widener, Zachary Widener, went up 10 overalls to become an 83. With 99 agility, 99 change of direction. Absolutely phenomenal. And then Lincoln Curry is going to be our top tight end after going up 5 overalls and upgrading a lot of things. An 88 overall with an 84 offense and a 94 defense. And we start at just at the bottom of the top 25. So 17th ranked, the Ohio State. At Ohio Stadium, too. You know what? Let's disregard an FCS game this time around. We're feeling pretty confident. Let's get some top 25 teams on here. If anything, top 15 teams that we could try and beat. Tulane, we could definitely try and beat. Let's see Ohio State's overall first before we do anything. Okay, Ohio State's a 96 overall, so that's going to be waved off. We want another top 25 team, but nothing of that caliber. Okay, 7th ranked Duke. We could try and get that down. So, Duke, 7th ranked. And then 23rd ranked Tulane, that could be on here. And then Jacksonville State. Instead of them, we could try and get someone like Boston College, who's 21st ranked. So we'll start with 3 home games, and then we will go with 3 road games, and then we'll go with 2 home games. And this home game's going to have to be against a really strong team. Someone like TCU. So really, we have a dense home schedule, basically. But we have 4 straight road games going down the board here. And we'll be home for TCU, we'll be home for Tulane, and then we'll be home for Duke. And then the rest as follows here. So I think we should definitely play Duke, and we should definitely play TCU. And then if there's any rivalry games here, which I don't think Buffalo even has, we'll jump into one more. And I think it's going to have to be Toledo. Save those changes, and then we'll set up our recruiting board going into 2028. One thing I want to know is, who's the #1 recruit out of the state of New York? I got to see if we can get him. We cannot. Because it's a 5-star, and he has a coach prestige deal breaker. That is just unlucky. And then the next guy down is a 3-star wide receiver, who's the 5th ranked recruit out of the state of New York. Which we do need wide receivers. I guess we're going to have to take it. It is going to have to be a favorite, because he is the #5 recruit out of the state of New York, which it hurts because we can't get the #1 because he's a 5-star and he's a coach prestige deal breaker, which really, really sucks. Okay, Courtney Teague is a gem at 4-star free safety. We will take that all day long, actually. And another gem at DT, Tyler Simon. We got another 4-star gem. And another 4-star gem at Sam linebacker. So we're doing the best so far in terms of getting gems. And we only have 10 4-star recruits on the board so far. And another gem, this time at wide receiver with Nick Coate. So we have 2 wide receiver favorites, and then we have 3 other 4-star gems, and then our #5 recruit. Oh, and that's our first bust at right tackle, Clark D'Imperio. And our next bust is Emmett Wolf, an athlete who was supposedly at Mike linebacker. Hey! Max Schoonmaker, a 3-star gem at Mike linebacker. We will take that, and we'll put him over Ansa here. Absolutely massive, but the problem is we do not have any more hours. So we'll offer the scholarship, and we just hope that we don't get a lockout. Alright, so we'll sim ahead, and we'll figure out what games to play going forward. But because I'm pretty sure I do want to play the Duke game. Okay, that's a 3-star locking us out. Okay. Which is completely fine with me. I would rather have a 3-star lockout than a 4-star at this point. But I really do think that we should either play Toledo or play Boston College to get these ranked games out of the way. But we're definitely going to have to check and find out exactly what is going to go down. Because the 7th ranked Duke and the 6th ranked TCU, they are all going to be really tough games. So we will definitely want to save those games. But I think depending on the overall matchups and depending on what the conditions are, we're definitely going to have to play either Boston College or we're definitely going to have to play Toledo. Okay, so Quentin Finger is in 3rd now. He did in fact drop. As we are coming off of possibly our biggest game, besides that Penn State game that kicked off our rebuild against Duke. Okay, so we were able to get hours on basically everybody. We dropped the DM in social media on a lot of guys who are in 1st place. And then, okay, Max Schoonmaker is the only guy that doesn't have any hours because he is we're the only team that offered him. So we're going to get into the game against Duke, who are 1-0, and we got to hope for a win.
A few moments later.
So guys, I sincerely apologize that I could not get any of the footage for the Duke game because of the simple fact that my mic was cut out and you couldn't even hear me the entire time while looking over the footage. So honestly, playing that game through though, it was a massive blowout, 56-10 at home against the then top ranked Duke. So if you look here, you see it was 56-10. We had 21 first downs compared to their 7. We had 530 yards of total offense. We had 24 rushes for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. We went 17 for 29 with 6 passing touchdowns. We went absolutely crazy in that game. 420 passing yards from Treston McMillan. We went 6 for 9 on 3rd down, 1 for 2 on 4th. I played through that game and it was an absolute blowout, and I do apologize in advance for not getting the footage to go through all the way like we did. But I'm currently debating on whether we should play against Akron or wait to sim ahead past to TCU and then play one of these 2 games down here, Toledo or Miami of Ohio, because I'm in a pretty sticky situation right now. I'm hoping to beat Akron on their turf, who are currently 3-0 and 1-0 in conference play. Because if you look here with Akron's schedule, yep, right there, Akron is a 67 overall, but they did go to Wyoming and beat them, and they did go to Western Michigan and beat them. Which, if you look at the overalls for both teams, Wyoming is a 60 overall, and then Western Michigan is also a 60 overall. So it makes sense for them to beat both of those teams. But can Akron stand up to us in Buffalo, where we're an 88 overall, with an 84 offense and our 94 overall defense? Yeah, I'm honestly trusting it. With the 12th ranked in the nation, I'm risking losing a conference game against Akron just to play TCU. Let's go! The risk is worth the reward, and we're the 11th ranked team now. We actually blew them out 45-7, and that was just our second of a 4-game road trip as we get into Kent State and then into UMass. But TCU is now the 4th ranked team in the nation, which I'm very curious right now in terms of TCU's overall. So let me find out exactly how good TCU is doing. So they are a 90 overall. So this should be fun. I'm going to show you a little bit of the recruiting that I did after the game. So, oh my god, why? Max Schoonmaker is complaining about playing style, and so is Sidney Peacock. So is Austin Bunting. Why are all of our defensive players complaining about playing style? Okay, Courtney Teague is dropping out on us to Pittsburgh. Okay, we can actually convert a sell on him. We honestly could not afford to do anything worse than a hard sell. But Tyler Simon is ready to go for the final visit week of TCU, which we should book. And we know what his pitch is, so we can get a hard sell on him. So we got 50 on him, 50 on him, and we should get 50 on him. Now that we know the sell was correct on Nick Coate. So Schoonmaker's complaining, but Rashad Ansah is ready, and he does have a competitive for the bye week, so we're gonna put him on for the Toledo game to get him on a lot sooner. But you know what, we should do a soft sell just to save some hours, because he is a 3-star and he is pretty much fully comfortable, but Navy's jumping up on him, so we gotta watch out for that. And then Devon Lemons is ready, but we could have saved him for TCU, but we should have him for the Miami of Ohio game. Okay, DeMarco Bajent, 3-star, dropped to Toledo. And then, okay, Coach Connection was correct. And then Manu Lipscomb, okay, we're jumping ahead past UConn, so we are going to be comfortable. And then Quentin Finger is getting jumped by UConn because of a week 6 visit. But we shouldn't have to worry too much about Max Schoonmaker because he is a 3-star Mike who only has 1 offer, so we should be alright. And then Rashad Ansah is the 5th ranked recruiter of the state of New York, so we should honestly just take the hard sell here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll do the hard sell and try and land him ASAP. Again, we got to keep our fingers crossed because we have to play TCU and we have to go in undefeated if we want the best chance possible. Okay, Courtney Teague did reach his top 3. Let's see what happened here. There we go. We did beat Kent State. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah, because we still have the TCU game. So we got to hope that Courtney Teague doesn't commit before TCU because we want to get the visit influence on him. Oh, yeah, we shouldn't have dropped the hours on Larry Mangold. But we can recover them really quick, though, with a hard sell. And we're the only offer on Schoonmaker. And then Hayden's deal breaker did get fixed, thank God. So that way we can take full advantage. But remember, Gio Hayden is still in his top 8. And I don't think anybody else has a visit scheduled that needs to be in their top 5. But seriously, the lack of hours is really getting to us, guys. So we gotta hope to beat UMass and get into TCU. Oh, UConn won, so we lost Quentin Finger. There we go! Thank you! We beat UMass. Okay, so we're going into 3-ranked TCU, undefeated. So we are in for the match of our lives. So the only chance to get a quarterback we did end up losing on. Okay, so good thing Illinois didn't put any attention on him. So you know what? We should just give him the 40 and then ride with it. Okay, Oregon did offer and so did Texas. All right. And we do have the TCU game. But the problem is we did drop out on a lot of guys that needed that visit. Which really sucks considering everything else in between. But, we did recover Rashad Ansah, but the Navy's jumping up really quick because of the week 7 visit week. So we gotta hope that Navy loses. Still not recovering the playing style deal breaker with these guys here. So, we're literally allowing too much yards per game. So, what's a bump and run corner? Yeah, defensive pass yards per game, and then a lurker. Yep, defensive pass yards per game. So we're allowing way too much on defense. And the playing style is really getting to us. So we need to win against TCU if we want the best chance. And you know what? Because this game has really high significance, let's make this our blackout game. Let's get rocking and rolling. Let's make the Horned Frogs miserable as they are. On a day where we have big visit implications on the line, we got the number 3 ranked TCU. We gotta beat them if we want the best chance to go back-to-back in conference championships and potentially make the college football playoff for the first time. Okay, so good news is Barry Dennis is alright, but we just gotta see with everything else here. Okay, Lincoln Cure's open to the outside. Run after catch! Touchdown, Buffalo! A perfect spot to put it for the old reliable. And Buffalo's on the board first, and we make TCU punt. Cure's on the corner, Treadway's on the post, so I could look for any of the unders unless the corner gets open. Lincoln Cure! Run after catch! Touchdown! Absolutely genius to find the... Okay. What the hell did you do, TCU? I need to see what did they do. Because that seemed like a long play. What was that? 75-yard touchdown run. If you really want to get feisty with me, I'll get feisty with you. I'll put Early on the fade. I'll put Treadway on the fade. Have Lincoln Cure go on a drag for the check down, and I'll keep Widener on the slant. I don't care at this point. I'm just gonna knock it up for Dwayne Early. I'm gonna see if he comes down with it, which he will! We got a long play for ourselves! Let's go! 78 yards! I told you, if you hit us with a long play, I'll hit you with a long play. Absolutely genius by us. And we forced a turnover, and we're starting at the 10-yard line. See, this is what happens when you go ahead and get too cocky, TCU. Because we can take advantage and get scoring plays like that. And we're going to be up 28-7 because of that. And we're just going to run into the second half up by 3 scores. Oh my God! Okay. This 94 defense is going to come in huge come playoff time. Oh, is that Kamari Smith? That is Kamari Smith. Okay, up to the 1-yard line on 1st and goal. There you go. Barry Dennis, touchdown. Up.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. You can have that one. And just make a tackle, please. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? You can have that one. I mean, if we can hold on to the lead here, I'd be perfectly fine with it. You know what? I'm going to trust my kicker. I'm going to see what happens if I try and kick a 51-yarder. Let's see. Win carry, please! Thank you! Okay, it was a 51-yarder, so we do have the leg for it. I swear to God. I swear to God, this defense. I am so damn proud of them. TCU is choking right now. All right. That's a 40 bomb on TCU. 41-14, and it's going to be pretty much ball game over. TCU's done absolutely nothing against us at this point. And with 7 seconds left to go in the game, we might as well just punt it off, run down the clock, and end this football game. 1 second, 0. And it's going to be ball game. We're going to beat TCU 41-14 in the biggest win of our rebuild so far. If anything, we got some commits. We got Austin Waiters. That was it? Because Courtney Teague committed to Pittsburgh, even after all that. And then DeMarco Bagent is visiting this week, and he's in his top 3. And we're still fighting with Toledo to get him. But good news is our 2 other 4-star gems are in their top 3, and we're still looking to get them as we get into Western Michigan as the 8th ranked team in the nation. So we got our first commit with Austin Waiters, but we did end up losing Courtney Teague. Okay, Schoonmaker's deal breaker did get fixed. Thank the Lord for that one. And then Bunting's deal breaker finally got fixed, so we could schedule him. We'll put him on for the... Wait, who has the Miami of Ohio game? It is Devon Lemons, so he's on the front 7, so we should have him on for the Bowling Green game. Yeah, we'll get him on for the Bowling Green game, because that bye week is more of an offensive meeting. And we are currently in a recruiting battle right now with DeMarco Bagent, and he does have the visit week with Western Michigan. Larry Mangold and Temple. We gotta hope that they lose, and we beat Western Michigan, so that way we could keep up with Larry Mangold, even though he is a 3-star. But Austin Bunting, we're still the only guy to have him offered. And then Schoonmaker, again, same thing. And then if we can keep up with Devon Lemons, but Ohio State and Kansas State did offer both of them. And we have a later visit scheduled. So we got to hope either one of those teams lose the visit week. And then as for Dom Airlanes here, Oregon and Texas both offered them. So he's got to get in his top 5 somehow, some way. And then for Geo Hayden, we're perfectly fine. So you know what? We could take off that. And then we have the hard sell already on Rashad Ansah. And I think Navy lost. That's why we're still in first place. I think Navy lost. And then because we beat TCU by a lot, we might get Tyler Simon after this week. We're going to get 30 hours on Austin Bunting, so we can keep that safe. And then we're going to play Western Michigan. Okay, we only beat UMass by 3 points. That is very concerning. And then we beat Kent State by 14, which is a pretty good victory. I'm not going to lie. But regardless, we're still 7-0. And then we have the bye week. Then we have Ball State, and then Bowling Green. Okay, it's probably going to have to be Miami of Ohio because they are 5-1. But I think it all really depends on the overall matchup going forward. So we'll send to those 2 games and figure it out from there, because both of them which are home games. And we're just going to have to figure it out. So let's see what happens after the Western Michigan week. And we did get Tyler Simon. Clutch. 4-star gem pickup at Temple 1. Okay, we did end up beating Western Michigan, but we did drop to the 10th ranked team. Okay, so we got the bye week. So the only impact we really have at this point is the recruiting. So we got Schoonmaker finally ready to go. And he is a comment with the Bowling Green game, but I do want him on for the Miami of Ohio game, because more than likely that's going to have to be the game that we're going to have to play. More than likely. Lemons fell to... Okay, you go figure, Ohio State. So what's his deal breaker? Playing style. I think we should sway the clutch to get the A+ playing style and playing time, but get a C+ on coaching stability. You should get that sway off. And then as for Airlanes here, okay, he is a competitive, so we should put him on. Wait, who has the visit for the Toledo game again? And I forgot that okay, Mangold, Lipscomb is still in first place. He finally put 40 on Geo Hayden, but as for Bunting, yeah, we could switch that. You know what? I'm not going to put him on for the Miami game. We'll put him on for the Toledo game. All right, so we got 50 on everybody who needs it. So we should expect Nick Coate after this week because of the bye. We should expect Rashad Ansah potentially to commit. If we get enough influence on Navy, we should expect Airlanes to keep up. Okay, Texas did drop the offer, but Oregon has not scheduled a visit yet. We did. And then Austin Bunting still in first. Okay, we did jump up with DeMarco Bagent because we did win against Western Michigan. And then Toledo is going to be out of luck. But as for Manu Lipscomb, we got to schedule a visit later on once we get some recruits on board. We did get DeMarco Bagent. Okay, that's absolutely perfect. And then Nick Cote is in a recruiting battle with Boston College. Unfortunate that we only got a recruiting battle out of it. Oh yeah, and I forgot we gotta play Ball State. Hey, let's go! The sway actually worked! So now what we could do is pull the hard sell on the clutch now that we convinced him. And now we can schedule Geo Hayden. Okay, he is pretty comfortable on Illinois, so we can schedule him for the Miami of Ohio game. And then DeMarco Bagent will go up here. Gotta land Nick Cote before the Week 13 game. Otherwise, Boston College is gonna nab him. Okay, so we gotta figure out a good swaying point for him. Okay, let's actually sway on primetime player. Let's see if we can try and sway on primetime player. Because of that playing time deal breaker, we can get the A on that and keep the C on brand exposure. Because we're trading in a B for an A on championship contender. So let's see if we can get that sway off there. And then we have 70 hours to do other things. So we might as well just put Lipscomb on for the Bowling Green game. Because why not? And you know what? Let's actually do a soft sell on Lipscomb, because I do want to put some hours on Carter Cruz on the bottom here. We got 50 on everybody else, and everybody else besides Devon Lemons is in first place. So we might as well try and get the recruiting battle going because of the sell off the sway, but we'll see what happens from here. As we get into Ball State, we want to play the team who's better overall or better record-wise. It's going to be either Toledo or Miami of Ohio because both of those teams have the better records. Last we checked the schedule, as we did get Rashad Ansah, but we did lose Lemons to the Ohio State. Please tell me. I think we did win. We did win. Okay, we're keeping an undefeated record, 9-0. Perfect. We're dominating in the MAC conference right now. Okay, we did drop to the 11th rank, though, as we get into our old friends Bowling Green. That rebuild that we did was extremely fun to do, so if you want to go see that one, I'll have a full playlist of all my rebuilds down below in the description so that you guys can check those out. Okay, we did get it on Nick Cote, but because of it, Boston College jumped up, so you know, we'll take that, plus the hard sell on primetime player, get the grades better. Okay, and that was our State of New York commit right there, Rashad Ansah. Perfect. And then, but we did end up losing Lemons, who had Miami of Ohio. But Bunting is complaining again. Are you kidding me? And we did force the recruiting battle with Boston College. We gotta hope that the influence will get to him, and we know what that pitch is, so we can convert this and then use the rest of our hours to go after some more guys out of the portal, out of the recruiting portal at least. So we have 110 hours. Let's look for some more guys here. And then we got Bowling Green coming up, and you know what, we should focus on the recruiter tree because I wanted to develop that secondary anchor motivator to be on offense. But we did end up losing Nick Cote after all to Boston College. Did we lose? No. Okay, we did beat Bowling Green, but why are we not winning our recruiting battles? Like, I don't get it. We did jump up to the 9th rank, though. Okay, now we're gonna have to go after a wide receiver. Good news is Carter Cruz is ready to go, and he is a compliment, thank goodness, with the Miami of Ohio game. And Bunting's steel breaker has been fixed yet again. Like, come on. Austin Bunting, make up your damn mind. Okay, so we do have 60 hours left. And it's still looking like that. Okay, so SMU did offer Dante Irwin, and then Stephon Elmore still has Syracuse and Georgia Tech. But, you know what? Because we have the extra hours, we should just send the house on them to drag their interest, at least. We'll take our 40 hours back off. All right, we gotta hope for us to commits going down the line, as we'll check the Toledo overall. Okay, 77, 79, and 76. So Toledo did, in fact, get better. You know what? Let's go over to Miami of Ohio and check them. 69, 71, and 66. But with wins over Central Michigan, James Madison, we lost to Toledo. Okay, so we're dealing with a team later on down the line who lost to Toledo, and they're playing Bowling Green. Total opponent combined record of 65 and 58. Yeah, I think we should play Toledo and then sim ahead past Miami of Ohio. And then we should make this game our gunpowder game. So let's go right ahead and get into this. This is our final game of the regular season for Buffalo. Here we go, baby. Final game of the regular season. It's gunpowder night against Toledo. Oh, top off! Lincoln Cure! Inside the 10. First and goal. It would absolutely suck to lose a national championship opportunity with this guy Lincoln Cure on our team. You know why? Because he's the old reliable. Get the block for McMillan! Oh, come on. 4th and goal. Yeah, we're literally at the half-yard line. We should go sneak. Easily. And with that formation, it's not going to do anything. Easy touchdown. Come on. Why you gotta be so feisty? You stupid Rockets. Okay, that's actually a great block by our center. As we need to run it out and let them run out their timeouts at this point. Okay, we did run it, which is a good thing. But that's our 2nd timeout. So we need to pick up the 1st. Otherwise, it's going to be ball game over, basically. And, well, they're going to have a chance at a tie game if we don't get this. And we're not going to get it. It's going to be a chance for them to tie it. Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Come on now! All we need is one more 1st down. And it's going to be ball game! Use your final timeout. And we can kneel out the rest of the clock. And we're going to come up with a huge victory over Toledo. 24-17. An absolutely huge statement conference win to stay undefeated and go 11-0. And there we go. We finally got Max Schoonmaker to join our squad. And Terrell Harvin actually got 4th. Weird. But I think we're going to have to win our conference title game if we want any chance to jump up any further. Okay, so let's check the conference standings really quick. Yep, we are definitely securing a 2nd straight conference championship appearance. And this time we're going to get our get back against Kent State. The team that kicked us out of the conference title game back in 2026. So we have a chance to get our get back as we got another 3-star gem with Max Schoonmaker. Okay, Stephon Elmore did reach 3rd place in a top 10 scenario, and we should keep sending the house with him. We do have 90 more hours, and then we have Terrell Harvin who jumped to 4th, but still has no offers still. Okay, so you know what? Playing style? You know what? I'm gonna try and reveal the pitch instead. Anything that offers playing style. So it could be the clutch, but I do want to keep that A+ grade intact. So you know what? I'm going to sway the clutch and then put a soft sell on clocked in to see if we can get that pitch to be revealed. And if we get it right, or if we get the sway to count, it'll be sick to think about. Okay, so you know what? We have all these scholarships left to offer. 25 and then 5 on our 4-star. And we got Dante Irwin to go up to 1st in his top 10. We have 17 recruits. We have a couple of them being 4-stars, majority of them being 3-stars. But with a win here, it will put us at 12-0. But I do believe that we have to win our conference championship game. We are definitely going to get it here, going 11-0. And then Kent State being 7-4 is not really going to affect anything. Okay, we got Dom Lanes, but let's see. Okay, we went undefeated, and we got back in the top 10. So now what's going to happen is we have to win the conference championship to get the best seed possible in the college football playoff. So McMillan set the career passing yards, touchdowns record and career passing yards records as we're going to get into Kent State, who are 24th ranked. Okay, trying to get amped up here, but Kent State, the team that kicked us out 2 seasons ago, we have our chance to get our get back. It'll be absolutely huge to get that get back game. Okay, way to get it. So we know the better pitch is going to be clocked in, but we did at least get the sway off with Terrell Harvin. Perfect, and he jumped up to 1st place because of it. Absolutely massive, and because of the scholarships, everybody considered us. And let's check the status on all of ours. Okay, Bunting's going to commit. Hayden has a chance to commit. Harvin, with the visit influence, jumped to 1st place, and as long as we keep them with no offers, he's going to commit. Or get in his top 3 at least. And then Lipscomb is going to commit. Carter Cruz is going to commit, and then everybody else only has 1 offer. Okay, so we're building a really good recruiting class thus far. And yep, we got Austin Bunting as a 4-star corner. We got Gio Hayden as a 4-star will. Carter Cruz as a 3-star DT. And right now, we are looking fine right now. Coming out of the bye week and into conference championship weekend against Kent State. We have a chance to get the get-back game of a lifetime against the team that kicked us out 2 seasons ago. So we got Austin Bunting. We convinced him to join us. And we got Gio Hayden. So we have 5 4-star recruits. But why did... Okay, Stephen Elmore did drop to Miami, but he is in his top 8, though. So we should be... You know what? We'll wait till the top 5. We'll wait to the top 5 and then we'll do anything else. Okay, Parker Hayden did jump the first place because we set the house and we have 2 of the pitches. So you know what? We should lower the hours. Oh yeah, I forgot we got quarter crews too. So we have 9 commits in total. So you know, we'll put friends and family on all of our 3 stars. Get them to the top 5 ASAP. We're building an extremely young core for the near future. And I'm absolutely loving every second of it. Let's see what happened with Sorrell Harvin. Okay, no other offers came in and he's still in his top 5. And because of the newly found, well, actually, it wasn't the newly found sway that actually got the job done, but we did get it to work in case we need to, like, you know, do anything else. But, okay, the only one we're really concerned with right now is Elmore, who is in 2nd place behind Miami, and then Nebraska is right behind us in the recruiting board. So, as we get ready for the MAC Conference Championship game, we gotta lock in. First time we're playing them. We need for them to witness the ultimate embarrassment for kicking us out of the Conference Championship game. So let's not do anything with our uniforms because it's seriousness time. Let's get into it. Let's give them the ultimate embarrassment and walk out as back-to-back conference champions. We are back here at Ford Field for the MAC Conference Championship between the Kent State Golden Flashes and our Buffalo Bulls. Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Oh, my. What the? The safety came over and tested us in double coverage. That's just great. And I'm surprised they're the 24th ranked team in the nation. Come on. Give time for the crossing route!
Brother, this guy stinks!
And that's going to be a pick 6. And that's the same guy that got the other interception. What the was that from? Okay, that's this guy's 3rd interception of the game. This guy Robinson needs to get off my fucking back, man. Oh, get it. There we go. Treadway, get to the outside. Let's go. Come on now. Come on. No more mistakes. No more silly mistakes like that, as we're going to end the first quarter with us being on the board. And what is our defense doing against this team? Like, we're making them kick field goals, and their only touchdown was a pick 6. Yeah, that was a very dangerous throw, but we had to get rid of it. Okay. Corner blitz.
Nope.
You've got to be kidding me. We throw another interception. He literally just stole that away from the receiver.
No!
And that's his 5th pick of the game. You know what? You're done. You are freaking done, Tristan. You're done. Fries, you're taking over for us. I don't care anymore at this point, because this Kent State team should not be embarrassing us right now. And how is this guy Banks Bowen at quarterback just embarrassing us right now? We gotta hope that Lincoln Cure, the toughest guy on the field. He's got 7 catches today. He's putting in the work right now. But I don't understand what about this defense is so goddamn special. Come on, get a block from Cure. Nice run there by Fries. All right, we got 50 seconds. We need to score here. Come on. Get to the outside. Okay. We're back in this game. We are so back. Come on. We can't let anything up now. We're down by 8. There's 4:40 to go. Okay, so we physically just need them to choke this hard. Because how could they get 7 interceptions in one game? Only for them to choke it. So we gotta come up with, by miracle chance, some way for them to choke it. And their D tackle just collapsed on me. And you know what? We're hurrying up the entire time. Lincoln. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! I swear to God, if we throw a 7th interception and lose our chance to come back, I'm just gonna straight up. Okay, we're fine. Got 2nd and 1. Come on. Fries! Okay, first down. See, when that backer just sits there pretty, you know you're screwed. Okay, he dropped. Come on. Get up! Fries! Okay, 3rd and goal. Okay, come on. Come on, we gotta get this. Yes! Come on. We're in the front half. We got to get the 2. We got the 2 to tie. Okay, and we're on the back half of the 2 minutes. So all we need is a field goal. Perfect! Ryder Treadway, he's out of bounds. I don't understand why I'm sweating so damn hard over Kent State, of all teams. Kent freaking State. Okay, we got Lincoln Cure. If anything, these playoff teams should be making me sweat, not Kent State. To the top. Oh, come on, please. Hold that in. Come on, please. Thank you. Come on, Parrish. All right, we got 2nd and 4. We still have 1:13 left, and we still have 2 timeouts. They set the blitz. Widener, let's go. Come on. Okay, that's their first timeout, I believe, right? I think it's their first. No, it was their second. Okay. All right, so we got 1:04 left. They don't want us to score within much time. They want us to take overtime. Okay, that's their final timeout. So they basically just wasted that right there. Away from the backer. Oh, he got it batted down. Okay, we did get sacked for the 5th time. And you know what? I'm going to call timeout as soon as the play clock gets down to 1 second. Because I have 2 timeouts left. 3, 2, timeout. We're basically giving them the Kansas City Chiefs drive. We got it. That's our game winner. So now, with 10 seconds left, we're going to win the conference championship. My God, we pulled out a sweat fest. So 7 interceptions later, and one of the worst first halves to a game that I've ever played, we're still going to pull out the victory and take the conference championship thanks to Jonathan Fries. Thank the Lord for us going back-to-back in the conference and staying 13-0. That was, I have to admit, that was probably the worst offensive game I ever played, but the comeback to win it, though, the comeback for me to win that game, it was just worth it. It kept our undefeated record intact, going 13-0, and now we wait our fate in the college football playoff, hopefully. So we got Manu Lipscomb, and we did drop to the 10 seed, so we're not likely play Georgia, from what it seems like. Okay, we did win the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award. Pat myself on the back. Congratulations to myself. And Johnny Urbick, our defensive coordinator, won the Broyles Award for Coordinator of the Year. So some of our guys won it. And John Feliciano, the QB from Pittsburgh, won the Heisman Trophy with 56 touchdown passes. And we're going to face Cignetti in Indiana. Thank God it's not Georgia. Otherwise, I would have lost my shit if we had to play Georgia. But let's see the CFP bracket. Okay, so good thing we're not going to run into Georgia until the Natty. So we got to run into teams like Alabama, Auburn, Pittsburgh, and potentially a rematch against TCU. So we have Indiana in Cignetti's house. Then we have TCU. And then in the semis, either Pittsburgh, Auburn, or Alabama. So the Iron Bowl game is going to take place in the playoff, interestingly enough. So we're going to get into the college football playoff first round against Indiana and Kurt Cignetti. So let's get into it. As we're in Cignetti's house, just thank the Lord it's not Fernando Mendoza that we're playing against. But we're going to take on Indiana. Beautiful kick. Perfect. That'll give us the lead before they get it back to start the second half. And, okay, good thing we're at the 20. They did not expect the read option. Okay, we did get 4 off of that. Okay, great block. Marvis Parrish has the first down. We're setting the stage for quite possibly one of the biggest turnaround stories. Okay, he laid off coverage, which means Lincoln Cure is going to get out of bounds inside the 20. Yeah, just get rid of it. We'll take our 3. We'll take our 3 and go up by 6. All right, beautiful kick. All right, we're up 20-14. So let's see what the Hoosiers do here. And they punt! Okay, so our 94 overall defense is starting to get their act together here. They set the blitz, which means Lincoln Cure is going to be dotting them up all day. Get out of bounds. Okay, beautiful throw to Ryder Treadway. Thank God he was able to haul that in. I really thought one of the backers was just going to lurk that. And you know what? I wasn't going to press trigger this time because I knew that the line would shake off the blocks. But at least we got in for a score. And we're up 26-14. About to be 27 with the kick. And we're going to start the fourth quarter the same way we came out of the third. Run up. McMillan! Slide! First down! Honestly, we could never have painted a better playoff picture than this, guys. If I'm being completely honest with you. Because if we had to play Georgia, it would have been an insane nightmare. But it was just a blessing in disguise that we got the 10th seed. So we can go to Signetti's house and embarrass him on his stage as we got Marvis Parrish about to plow his way through for a first and goal. Okay, it's someone named Myers, but I'm not sure what his first name is, though. But regardless, he's got a touchdown. So big props to our line for that. And we're going to be up 33-14. And it's this guy Myers again, and it's going to be first and goal again. Okay, so it's Kari Myers. Okay, so that's that guy we picked up from the recruiting portal, I think it was. Oh, okay. McMillan is going to run up, and he's got one himself. I'm so proud of this Buffalo team, man. Are you serious right now? We're about to look past a 40 bomb on Coach Cignetti in Indiana. This is really, really embarrassing for Coach Cignetti because he's about to lose to the Buffalo Bulls out of the MAC conference in the college football playoff, and that's our fullback we just handed it off to. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll give you sympathy. We'll let you get back to the line because Kari Myers is gonna get in for another touchdown. Okay, and finally they kick a field goal, but it's not gonna be enough. Why not punt it and say, punts, as we sail to the second round of the college football playoff after a dominating victory against Indiana and Kurt Cignetti. So we're gonna go up against TCU, which is the #2 team in the country, in the Sugar Bowl, which makes things even more worth it. All right, we're gonna get into TCU, a rematch of the regular season, where we absolutely popped off against them. We're here in the Sugar Bowl for one of the first times we ever had a Sugar Bowl game, as we're going to take on the TCU Horned Frogs in a rematch of the regular season. So they're looking for their get back against us, but we're going to make sure it doesn't happen as Coy Beasley picks up an interception. And we're starting at the 15-yard line. Absolutely huge for our team right now. So they started out the drive with the ball, and we're going to end up having the football coming to start the first quarter, basically. Because I think it was on like 1 or 2 plays or something like that. I'm not sure, but it is a neutral site, so it really doesn't matter. As Marvis Parrish comes back healthy, and he's going to have first and goal from the 1. And we have a block for Parrish, and we get in for the first score of the game. And we're going to make them punt on their second possession. Oh.
Nope.
Oh my, what a lurk by that linebacker. Okay, McMillan, you have to get him. Okay. Okay. I make what looked like the worst read of all time because the blank was just sitting there guarding him. Okay, you know what? You can have that one. You started with the football, and I'm probably fine with getting it back to start the second half and toasting your ass afterwards. Okay, that was a nice cut. But remember who we're rebuilding this team for. My boy, Marski. I'm pretty sure he's going to be watching this video, and he's going to be seeing how proud I've taken the Buffalo Bulls to a national championship. Hopefully within the first try of the playoff, but, what do y'all say? Okay.
Huh?
Wait. Forward pass beyond the line? What the hell, McMillan? So now it's going to be 3rd and 14. They set the corner blitz. They're dropping everybody back, and we're going to take a sack. Okay. It's a good thing we made them punt again. They set the safety. But, oh, sailed it. We had him wide open, too. All we needed was a run after catch and a perfect throw. But instead, we sail it. But that run actually leaves wide open for McMillan to get up. And that's the 2-minute warning. Okay, so apparently Jonathan Fries comes into the game, taking over for McMillan because of a foot injury. Come on, Fries. He got in. Okay. We're up 14-7. Let's just hope our defense can hold up like they've been doing, and they do just that. All right, this is Jonathan Fries' chance as the 4-star quarterback that we recruited long ago in his college football playoff debut, possibly. Okay, thank God for Dwayne Early being able to come down with that. So it is going to be second down. Okay, that was a decent cut to get over the line of scrimmage, and we should use a timeout. We should just head towards the sideline. Oh, what a grab! What a grab by Ryder Treadway. And you know what? That actually put us in field goal range, which I don't understand why there's a returner back there. It's not like we're going to miss it. Yeah, if we hit it on point, it's not like he's going to miss it. But we are going to go up 17-7, and we get the ball back. Yep, right there. That's fine. We'll be up 20-7. And TCU is not going to drive, so we'll be just fine. Okay, as long as System can put up a really good ball here. Nope. But, okay, Lincoln Cure. Thank God he's going to come down with that. Okay, good news is that Jonathan Fries did check back into the game, which I don't know what the hell happened to him, but, like... Okay, good thing for Zachary Widener. He's going to haul it in for a first down. Okay, it's looking like it's his left elbow is the issue. Okay. It's not even his throwing hand, but we'll try and have him throw it a little bit more. Come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, get rid of it. Don't risk hurting yourself. You set the blitz. But Lincoln Cure, come on. Get off your tacklers, please. Oh, no! Lincoln Cure! It's definitely the ribs for him. Come on, Parrish! There we go! Marvis Parrish, once again. It's going to be 26-7? We went for 2? But, I mean, there's still 57 seconds left in the fourth, so anything can happen now that we're up 2 scores. All right, Zachary Widener does not have the first down. All right, we got to pick it up here if we want to call a ball game. He got it. Let's go. And because of that, it's ball game. We're going to beat TCU once again and move on to the 3rd round. You know, what will be more satisfying than a victory over TCU is if we go perfectly undefeated at 17-0 and winning a national championship. That's the last time we did that was with the North Texas rebuild. And it would be more satisfying if we could beat Pittsburgh with the reigning Heisman Trophy winner in the Fiesta Bowl. And we really only played against Pittsburgh in the playoff one time, and that was in the national championship in my first ever episode of this rebuild series. It'll be very satisfying to knock out John Feliciano, the Heisman Trophy winner, and move on to the national championship. Thank God, honestly, it was them that took out Alabama, because I really did not feel like playing the Crimson Tide. We're back here at the Fiesta Bowl for a matchup against Pittsburgh and a shot to move on to the national championship. And what will be even more satisfying, like I mentioned, is if we knock out John Feliciano, the Heisman Trophy winner. Blitz, which means Cure is going to be open. Run after catch. Oh, okay. I never thought to attempt a hurdle, but thank God I was able to pull it off with Lincoln Cure as we just put it in with Marvis Parrish to get on the board. What? Our defense is huge. Our defense is so huge right now. Guys, I've raised the best defense I've ever done in my rebuild series. This is the best defense I ever raised. I don't even care if I got sacked. This is the best defense I ever raised. Possibly way better than my Arkansas defense that I did a few episodes back. Zachary Widener is gonna drop that. All right, 3rd down. Okay, they set the blitz on one bit. Come on, hold in! Okay, we got 4th and goal. But with 5 down linemen, you know what? I'm gonna just permanently put Parrish in pass protection. And I'm gonna put Cure on an in. Cure! Behind the defense! Touchdown! The all-reliable strikes again. Oh, and they punted to us back at the 4-yard line. That is just great. So we got to run it with Parrish here to avoid getting a safety, but we got back to the line. And it's looking like we got to play our old friends, Nebraska, or the Clemson Tigers in the national championship, if we can beat Pittsburgh. All right, we're going to hit Kamari Smith, and we're going to make 3rd down a little bit more manageable. Okay, way to stay patient, but it's going to be 4th and inches. Wait, inches, right? We go goal line. Easy first down. But see, here's the thing. With Raiola gone from Nebraska, who's going to be their quarterback? I believe it's going to be Anthony Calandria or something like that. I don't know. I really do not know for sure in this simulation here, but I do know for a fact that it is going to be Anthony Calandria in real life. And I'm really excited for that. I'm going to cancel out the play action, go pass block, and then put fades on both sides. I'm going to watch the safeties, and then I'm going to put Lincoln Cure on a slant. Oh, yeah. Dwayne Early. Wide ass open. Dwayne Early. Touchdown, Buffalo. Thank God. I had to get at least one deep shot in this playoff as we get back to the 4-yard line. I'm telling you, their punt unit is like something right now. So now we're going to have 3rd down and 6, meaning that we got to pick it up here if we want to get anything here, which we do, as Treston McMillan shows off his jukes for a first down. We're up by 3 scores. So we should go. So we should punt for it. Only for us to bring him down with 2 seconds left. And we get the ball back to start the second half. Get up. They spread the coverage open. Get out away from 50. And we got past the 50. They set the blitz on the safety, which means Dwayne Early is going to get open again. Let's go. Touchdown. Absolutely huge. 28-0 on Pittsburgh. And again, we're at the 4-yard line? Dude, what is it with the 4-yard line? That's got them so hooked a lot. Okay, I'm going to try something risky. I'm going to go wheel switch and then put Early on the fade and then keep everybody else. Actually, no, I'll put Lincoln Cure on the slant as a check down. And I'm going to put Parrish under pass protection with 7 seconds to go on the play clock. We got to snap it. Okay, you know what? They adjusted. We'll just run up. We'll run up and take our yardage. Oh, great. Now we got to punt it. And finally, they get on the board with a touchdown. Really, it was because of their punt to the 4-yard line that backed us up a lot. But after catch, Lincoln Cure, you're wide open. Get out of the way. Inside the 10. Oh, Parrish has an open running lane. He's at the 1. Man coverage. Wider, the pass was sailed. We'll take our chip shot field goal from right up the middle, and we'll just run away. We're going to be up 31-7, en route to potentially a national championship berth, and they are going to score again, but they missed the 2-point. Come on, I think we got that. We got it! We're up by 21, and our defense stopped them. We're going to be well on our way to a national championship berth. Yeah, it's basically going to be ball game. Our defense is just too damn strong for this Pittsburgh team. So we might as well just run the time off of this clock and go to the natty in style, boys. 30 seconds to go. Yeah, there's nothing they can do. We're up by 21 points. There's nothing they can do. And yep, it's ball game. It's over. It is so over. We might as well just get in formation and let the clock tick. As the clock ticks down, we're going to move on to the national championship to take on either our old friends Nebraska or the Clemson Tigers in a classic. This is our chance to make our boy Marski proud. We're in the national championship game. We got to bring a title to Buffalo. And you know what? We might as well just say his famous catchphrases most of the time throughout this national championship game. Because why not? We're going to play our old school, the one we did in our first ever episode, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, in the national championship game. So Matt Rule finally rebuilt this team. And you know what? To make this game a little bit more special, we're going to go gunpowders for this one. And then for Nebraska, we're going to have them go their black ones for a really sick uniform matchup. Marski, you better be watching this. We're going to get into it, and we're going to bring your Bulls a national championship. As we sit inside Raymond James Stadium, we await a national championship between the Buffalo Bulls and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Possibly my last goal of my CFB26 rebuild series versus my first goal in my CFB26 rebuild series. So let's get into it. And bro, honestly, how could you not like this uniform matchup? Nebraska wearing their blacks, as well as Buffalo wearing their gunpowders. Like, how could you not like this matchup? All right, they set the blitz. Come on, Lincoln Cure, we got it. First down. Oh. QB about to take off. Yeah, come on. Okay, that's one of their guys. Oh. Cure again. He's got it. Whoop. Come on. All right, McMillan's got a wide open running lane. Whoop. Come on. 18-yard line. Third down and 4. They sent the blitz, which means McMillan is going to run it up for a first down. Okay, come on. No, the one again. And we got it. Let's go. First score of the game goes to Treston McMillan, the QB that's guided us through the entirety of the rebuild. And we're going to be up 7-0 on Nebraska coming out of the first quarter, possibly. Yep, he's got another run. Come on, McMillan, run through. Okay, yeah, he doesn't have the hurdling ability, but we're going to be fine, though. Get up. Let's go, McMillan! And I mean it when I say this. I'm going to find an opportune time to use any of Marski's famous catchphrases when he does these NFL and college football commentary videos. When the beat them feet chants are going to come up, I got to do it. If a receiver makes a great catch, I'm going to go, I need it! Or if there's a contested catch that needs to be happening right now, I might as well just go, give me that! Okay, never mind. Not give me that sack. You know what I was talking about. And if you watch him, you know who I'm talking about. All right, 4th down and 4. We got to go for it. Run up. Trev. Oh, actually, no, that's McMillan. Oh, again, what is with the 1-yard line? Jeez. And it's going to be another touchdown run for Parrish this time around, as we're going to be up 14-0. And we make them punt again. Okay, Treston McMillan has 41 passing touchdowns. So if we could surpass that mark by 4 more touchdowns, we'll take 3rd place on the season past Ryan Puglisi of Georgia. It'll be wild if we can get there, as McMillan's going to run up. He gets a block from Cure. Beat them! Beat. I really thought he was going to get more open than that, but hey, we'll take the first down all day. Okay, we did gain 5 off of that run. All right, well, we got to punt again. Come on, get... Oh, it's going to land in the end zone. God damn it. Okay, thank God for our defense. They've been doing so well this entire playoff. Best read possible to Lincoln Cure. Get past everybody. We're up to the 35. Runner Treadway. Say, give me that! I need it! Touchdown, Buffalo! What a catch by Ryder Treadway. Honestly, I did not mean to get that excited for that, but, like, that was an impressive catch by Ryder Treadway. And he's got himself a touchdown in the national championship. And we're going to give it to Marvis Parrish, and he'll just run out the clock. Come on. Oh, he's got a wide open running lane. Get a block from Widener. Oh, we lost the football. Okay, we got the first down there. And it's our quarterback that's hurt with supposedly back spasms or a busted back or something, which I don't mind. Because Jonathan Fries, our quarterback recruit, has a chance to come in and seal off the national championship. Oh, and of course it is bruised ribs. Right, we got 3rd down and 5. So, okay, McMillan's back in the game. Thank goodness for that.
Get over here!
He does take a sack. Okay, 55-yarder, centered. I have faith. Yeah, we got it. I have faith. Let's go. 24-0. Absolutely huge is this Nebraska team scores. They blitzed, which means Widener's going to be open. First down as we tick down to the 4th quarter. This is a national championship. I got to win Marski a national championship. I need to win my boy Marski one. He went to this school. This is his alma mater. It'll be my 2nd MAC Conference National Championship, the first since Bowling Green. But the fact that I took another MAC team to a national championship is quite absurd. And going into CFB27 coming up really soon, which, by the way, by the looks of it, I am going to be giving away a free copy of College Football 27 to one of you lucky subscribers. All you got to do to enter the free giveaway is drop a comment down below and be subscribed to the channel. And make sure you like this video, too, to guarantee yourself an entry into the giveaway. So we got 3rd down and 7. Come on, McMillan. Run up! Come on now. Seal us a natty. Get it off. Lincoln Cure! Right there! Okay, I really thought he had the hops. And Fries is going to come in again. Come on, Parrish. All right, we got second and 4, and elbow bursitis this time around. That ain't good at all, but good thing is Jonathan Fries is good enough to back up. Inside! Parrish! So close. And we got it this time. Parrish's second touchdown of the game. And it's going to be 31-8, and our defense is just unstoppable. We're going to start this next drive inside the 30. And I could never be more proud of this defense. This is by far one of the best defenses I've ever raised in a dynasty mode. Out route for Treadway. He got it. First down. Oh, Parrish, get off your blockers, man. Come on. Parrish, dive right on in. And with that, your Buffalo Bulls are going to be national champions. And there it is. That basically just seals it right there. All right, absolutely gorgeous. A 40 bomb on Nebraska. And there it is. Your 2028 Buffalo Bulls are national champions. And for your boy Marski, or should I say, it's Marski! I took his alma mater and turned them into national champions as we seal off our dynasty by defeating Matt Rule and the Cornhuskers. As you see, Lincoln Cure handed the trophy off to our coach as he hoists it high and proud, ready to take it back to Buffalo for the first time ever. And Figures player of the game is the QB that got us through the entire journey, Treston McMillan. It's amazing how this entire rebuild, we went from 5-7 to 17-0 in a national championship, while winning the conference title twice, winning our first playoff game in history, and obviously winning our first national championship. And Marr, I hope it made you proud, bud. As we go to the draft results and find out if there was any draft results after this coming season, it's more than likely going to be Lincoln Cure going to the draft. It's more than likely going to be perhaps Treston McMillan as a junior going out, as he did set multiple passing records. Probably some D linemen. And yep, Treston McMillan, All-American, goes in round 3. Kevin Wynn, the senior D tackle, goes in round 3. Jordan Thomas, a DT, goes in round 4. Charles Lester goes in round 4. Tavion Wallace, the transfer pickup we picked up from Arkansas, went in round 6. And the old reliable Lincoln Cure goes in round 7 of the NFL draft. So that's going to do it for the Buffalo Bulls rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed. So like I said before, in the side quest, I went 3 out of 4 on the challenges list, which means one of y'all is going to be getting a copy of College Football 27 courtesy of me. So if you want to enter the giveaway, drop a comment down below, be subscribed to the channel, and make sure you hit that like button so you guys can enter the giveaway and have your chance at a free copy. Keep on dropping your teams down below if you want to see more rebuilds before the new game comes out. Other than that, until next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a great day, everybody.